Trump and Netanyahu are beefing, and while this beef is going down, we are dropping bombs on Iran, and Israel is still pummeling Hezbollah. The UK is on fire. Mass protests because of, honestly, one of the most atrocious things that might have ever happened in the history of Western civilization. We will get there. And Muslims are crashing out across the world. We got Hassan Piker crash outs, Cenk Uygur crash outs, Sneeko crash outs. Bro, these guys are so mad. It's like almost as mad as Pakistanis were when they were told they weren't allowed to have sex with animals when they immigrated to England. I mean, I'm not saying it stopped them from having sex with animals, but they were told they weren't allowed to. Spencer Pratt is rocketing along. Today is the day. Vote for Spencer Pratt if you're in LA. It looks like Los Angeles is flipping and becoming red. Just diabolical W's all over the place and a little bit of tragedy sprinkled in. I'll cover the news in the most heterosexual way possible. We are going to be extra homophobic this Pride Month, so definitely subscribe. You don't want to miss it. Every day, another deep dive on all of the things. The Donald says, talks are continuing in a rapid race with the Islamic Republic of Iran. Thank you for your attention to this matter. We'll see the way things go, but I think something diabolical is being planned behind the scenes. And I will show you my evidence. Now, with the internet partially restored, videos are trickling out at how badly the mullahs were absolutely dominated, right? For everyone thinking that, oh, well, the war, it's like on equal footing. Well, now we have footage. Now the footage is out, the internet's back, and we absolutely eviscerated those guys. Like, it was absolutely brutal. Turns out, after having 85 IQ averages, after 1,400 years of inbreeding, they weren't actually able to put up much of a fight. Now, Trey Yanks, the reporter for Fox News, who's currently in Tel Aviv, dropped a really interesting piece of information that terrorists are still committing acts of terror.
Yeah, hey guys, good morning. CENTCOM says U.S. forces conducted strikes against multiple Iranian targets over the weekend. The strikes hit Iranian radar systems and command and control.
I have a very good take, by the way. I'm not saying that wars should start, but once they start, I actually want to win. And if that involves killing all the enemies, then that's actually fucking awesome. And that's what we should do as, you know, winning wars. Winning wars is great, actually. Really tired of it. I wish some guest would actually have the balls to go on to Piers Morgan's show, and Piers Morgan would say, but don't you condemn the fact that people die? And someone would actually have the balls to look at him in the face and be like, no, actually winning wars is awesome, actually. Yeah, they fucking died, and that sucks for them. They shouldn't have started. Don't be a terrorist next time.
Centers for drones in Gulruk, Iran, along the coast and on Keshem Island. CENTCOM described the action as defensive in nature to prevent Iran from attacking international shipping lanes.
Oh my God, I love it. I love that we're bombing the fuck out of them for self-defense purposes only. It's so good. It's so good.
Shot down a $4 million U.S. drone. The Iranians responded by targeting Kuwait with drones and missiles early this morning. Overnight, President Trump posted to Truth Social saying, in part, Iran really wants to make a deal, and it will be a good one for the USA and those that are with us. Iran's parliament speaker and top negotiator, Mohammad Ghalibaf, said this on Sunday about the ongoing talks.
What matters to us are the tangible achievements we must obtain in order to undertake our own commitments in return. And until we are certain that we have secured the rights of the Iranian nation, we will not approve any agreement.
We're also tracking developments in the conflict between Israel.
Look, man, I'm getting really tired of this. I really want Trump to give a deadline, and if they fail the deadline, I want Trump to bomb the fuck out of them. I'm a very simple man, all right? I don't want to waste my time with this shit. Right, listen, I agree. We don't want them to have a nuclear weapon, yada, yada. Okay, we gave them a chance. Now they die. Look, I'm a very simple man. A very simple man. People don't understand my politics because they look at my politics through the lens of a queer for Palestine, okay? My stance is you kill the enemy if they refuse to surrender, all right? And it's really that simple, actually.
And Iran's largest...
They're trying to kill us. Now they're going to die.
Proxy Hezbollah. Over the weekend, Hezbollah launched more than 50 rockets into northern Israel.
All right, so Israel should bomb the fuck out of them. Kill all the Hezbollah people. W, let's go. I'm tired of this shit. I'm absolutely tired of this infinite slaughter on both sides. Everyone dies, infinite damage. You got people running at the bomb shelters and kids getting traumatized. I'm really tired of it. My political stance is you give them an option. They refuse to take it. They die. For the record, and those of you that are unaware, Hezbollah killed 240 of our Marines in Beirut. As far as I'm concerned, every single Hezbollah terrorist that Israel wipes out gets a special thank you from me, an American. Thank you, homies, for killing those fucking goat fuckers. Yes, I do support killing terrorists that are trying to kill you. I know, it's a shocking twist.
As Israeli ground forces pushed deeper into southern Lebanon. This morning, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu ordered the IDF to strike the Lebanese capital of Beirut.
Oh, shit! Epic foreshadowing on that one.
Specifically, the Dakhya neighborhood, a Hezbollah stronghold.
The way I see it, if Lebanon didn't want the Hezbollah strongholds to get banned, they should have disarmed Hezbollah. But the way I see it, Hezbollah attacking Israel is the same as if a cartel was attacking us. All right, if there was some cartel in Mexico that was firing missiles into Texas, I would want to bomb the fuck out of them. And this is exactly the same idea, right? If the Mexican government couldn't do their job to suppress their cartel members from bombing Texans, then we're going to have to do it. And it's going to be a lot harder. That's how I stand here, all right? It's not my problem that Arabs haven't won a single war since, like, the 1100s. I'm not going to sit here and make believe, like, the infinitely raped, like, these absolute losers, these loser terrorists that are fucking pathetic and gay, all right? I'm not going to cry when they die trying to kill other people. No, sorry, actually, I don't believe in your entire moral framing on any of this garbage. Your morality means nothing. Now, Iran has suspended all diplomatic communication and messages with the United States, according to the Iranian state media. The decision was reportedly due to Iranian opposition to the Israeli strikes against Hezbollah. Now, this is really interesting because for the last, like, 40 years, Iran was claiming that, oh, we have nothing to do with Hezbollah. Hezbollah is just a terrorist organization we have nothing to do with. Turns out, not only does Iran fund Hezbollah, but Iran's peace treaty is apparently contingent on the fact that Hezbollah can continue to bomb Israel, but Israel's not allowed to bomb Hezbollah. Now, interestingly enough, Iran suspends negotiations with the United States, citing Israel's continued military operations in Lebanon, etc., etc. We'll see. Now, this is crazy. Iran suspends talks, threatens direct war. All right, as far as I stand, they should have zero leverage. My geopolitical stance is actually, we gave them an option to make peace. If they don't want to take it, they're gonna die. And since I am America first, we are going to bring the entire weight and hell upon their fucking faces, and it's gonna suck for them. And it's really not my problem to be a humanitarian and worry about the absolute well-being of these Islamic regime dickheads that have been massacring their own people. Sorry, not gonna be that guy. Now, Secretary Rubio was getting grilled today a little bit in Congress, and my guy was dropping bombs, literally and figuratively. It's been insane. This guy's so good.
I also remind everybody the United States government is not a charity.
That's right.
We are not here to play social worker. We are here to win.
That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. My stance on warfare is very simple. I don't like to get involved in warfare, but once we're involved in warfare, I would like to win. I don't want, like, these guys we're literally up against a death cult. If these guys are going to be like, no, actually, you could just kill all of us. We don't mind. Okay, you're welcome. We'll send you to Allah. We'll make your trip faster. All right, not my problem at that point.
We are here to win on behalf of the American people and on behalf of the national interest. To win for our country, to win for the people of America, to win for the things that are important for our future. And that's what we exist to do. I also remind everybody
That's based. Yes. Was dropping a nuclear bomb on Japan absolutely devastating? Devastating enough that we had to do it a second time? Yes. Did it end the war? Yes. Yes, it did. And I'm really sorry that it really affected a lot of people very negatively, but unfortunately we had to do it. Man, where have the testicles gone on our new generation of men? That everyone's sitting there crying about winning wars. Holy shit. All right, now this is just miserable, absolutely miserable. She tries to get him with a gotcha.
You were at a party with President Trump in Miami instead of accompanying Vice President Vance to Pakistan for negotiations.
What party was I at?
Secretary Rubio.
You're 100% inaccurate and 100% wrong. Here's why.
Get
Number
ready.
one, the Vice President of the United States was there, and he wasn't confirmed by us, and he was elected by the American people. Okay? He is the second in line to the presidency of the United States. He was present. Mr. Witkoff is the president's envoy for negotiation for peace deals. Mr. Kushner is a private citizen that serves as an advisor on these functions. They were the team that we sent to Pakistan. I was not at a party. Where I was is next to the president. Because in the midst of those negotiations, I was in communications with them. And in fact, I think there is media reporting from that evening on how on multiple occasions I went into a back room, I came back out and spoke to the president and was constantly updating him. On that evening, I spoke to Mr. Kushner and our negotiating team and Mr. Witkoff on at least 6 occasions, including twice on a secure line from the phone they had access to over there. So you don't know what you're talking about. You're just making this stuff up.
He has the floor.
I know your staff wrote up this cute statement for your TikTok video, but it's not true.
Just the ultimate burn. I know your staff wrote up this cute script. You'll get a TikTok. Oh, you were at a party when we were negotiating. It's a lie. Yeah, and she looked really bad there. Senator Booker also tried to get him with a gotcha. Also looked like a complete fucking retard.
And now we're begging to get back into a deal that you all trashed in the first place.
There's no one begging. I don't
Clearly,
know.
this is a
Senator
shame.
Booker, your time's up.
But
Senator Rubio, since he's
I do want to address some of these
respond.
points because they go to the heart of the matter. No one's begging for anything here. The Iranians might be begging because their economy's losing hundreds of millions of dollars a day. that they're...
That's our blockade, ladies and gentlemen. And that's honestly why I don't mind the blockade. I don't mind the ceasefire, because as long as the ceasefire exists, they lose $500 million a day because they can't actually export any oil, which is basically their only way of survival. It's their entire economy. God didn't bless them with high IQs, but God blessed them to be on top of a lot of oil. That's the only way they survive. They export terrorism and oil. It's the only things they know how to do. If not for the blockade, I would be totally against the ceasefire. I'd say the war needs to end one way or another. Either you bomb the fuck out of them or you leave. I don't believe in, like, the infinite, stretched-out ceasefires that do nothing, but this is a ceasefire that's actually crippling their economy. They are begging for the ceasefire to end because they want the war to end.
They're losing. Understand, Iran had street protests going on before all of this started. All of those factors, economic factors in Iran, are far worse today than they were 6 months ago when those protests were happening. They have hyperinflation. Their currency's completely devalued. They're struggling to make payroll for their government workers. Iran is in a very serious situation. And if it was up...
Did we do that? Oh, you shouldn't have.
To the political class there, and I understand everybody there is sort of radical in some way, but if it was up to the people that actually like go to elections and wear the suits and you see on TV, they'd probably make a deal tomorrow. It's the issue they're facing is that the supreme leader and the IRGC Corps are a little bit more immune from those pressures until they can be convinced otherwise, and I think that's the direction that they're moving in, because the reality, I don't know where you're getting this perception that Iran is stronger. Iran has no navy left. They've lost a substantial percentage of their defense industrial base. That Iran has lost a substantial percentage of their missile launchers, and their economy is far worse today, and I mean far worse today, than it was 6 to 9 months ago. And they are looking at hundreds of billions of dollars of reconstruction costs just to get to where they were 6 months ago.
Mr. Rubio, you keep telling...
Brutal. Just absolutely brutal. And he's completely right about this. Now, just to understand what Hezbollah has been doing, this is Trey Inks. This isn't an Israeli. This is a Fox News anchor. Every single one of these is a red alert that a rocket is coming to your location and you have 30 seconds to hide in a bunker. Okay, just understanding. Just understand what you have to deal with living next to Hezbollah, because apparently that's a major talking point right now. Iran called off all negotiations with the U.S., claiming that it's because they're killing terrorists in Hezbollah. Last night, 11 p.m., U.S. forces intercepted 2 Iranian ballistic missiles targeting American forces based in Kuwait. My stance is, it's time to fucking kill them. Their missiles were immediately defeated, and no American personnel were harmed, thank God. We are absolutely and vastly not only superior to them militarily and intellectually and technologically, but Allah decided that we were going to kill all of your leaders. All your pedophile leaders are going to die. It sucks, actually, for you. Not for us. For us, it's really awesome. For you, it really sucks. Breaking, the IRGC issued an evacuation notice to civilians in northern Israel. Now, for the record, this is the Iranian regime claiming that they are controlling Hezbollah that's firing missiles into northern Israel. What? You mean that they are actually funding and organizing terrorism across the entire region? You mean that when Hezbollah murdered 240 of our Marines in Beirut, it was at the behest of these retards that we are currently killing? Wow, that's fucking horrible, isn't it? Now, President Trump stopped the fighting between Israel and Hezbollah in Lebanon and says that Iran talks are continuing rather than stopping. Now, the way this went down was a little bit controversial. Benjamin Netanyahu made this tweet. Tonight, I spoke with President Trump, told him that if Hezbollah does not cease attacking our cities and citizens, Israel will attack terror targets in Beirut. This stance of ours remains unchanged. In parallel, the IDF will continue to operate as planned in southern Lebanon, and I hope you're ready for the truth nuke. All right? Trump says, all right, so that's what Netanyahu says about Trump. Trump says about Netanyahu, I had a conversation with Bibi Netanyahu today, asking him not to go into a major raid of Beirut, Lebanon. He turned his troops around. Wait. You mean that we control Israel? I thought Israel controlled us. Thank you, Bibi. I also had a conversation with representatives and leaders from Hezbollah. They're gay and retarded. They were in the middle of having sex with goats when I was talking to them. They agreed to stop shooting at Israel and its soldiers. Likewise, Israel agreed to stop shooting at them. Let's see how long this lasts. Hopefully eternity. It won't be because they immediately broke it. Immediately after this tweet, Hezbollah continued firing missiles into Israel, and Israel continued bombing the shit out of terrorists. My hot take is that's actually a good thing. Anyway, Axios reports, this is the crazy nuke that everyone is talking about, that Trump told Netanyahu in their latest phone call, allegedly, this is from a source, you're fucking crazy, you'd be in prison if it weren't for me, I'm saving your ass, everyone hates you now, everybody hates Israel because of this. Now, my incredibly hot take is that, wow, Israel controls America so well that Israel convinced Donald Trump to shit on Netanyahu. This is a truly big brain plan. The Goyim are in shambles. It's truly diabolical. No one saw this one coming. It's almost like we're actually the top dog, and Israel basically does whatever we tell them to. Now, a lot of Israelis are really upset at Netanyahu for caving to Trump, because Israelis, who, by the way, are getting missiles fired at them because of terrorists and Hezbollah, really very much want to fucking eliminate the Hezbollah terrorists. And you know what? I totally understand and agree with the Israeli sentiment, but there's something else at play here that's very different. We're giving them our fucking money. I'm sorry, I have to tie back to here. If Israel wants to take $3.8 billion a year of foreign aid from my tax dollars, yes, it's 0.1% of the spending and national spending and yada yada, whatever numbers, it's a lot of fucking money, all right, then you have to play ball. I'm sorry. Now, my stance is actually really simple. I don't want foreign aid. I don't want to be giving any of my money to Israel or any other foreign country for that matter. None of them. I want to get out of NATO. I want to get out of the United Nations. I want to stop funding Ukraine. I want to stop funding Israel. I want to stop funding every single one of these people. And then you know what? Israel won't have to listen. Israel could bomb the fuck out of Hezbollah, whatever they want. Honestly, fuck yeah, that would be sick. Dude, think of it. Win-win, Netanyahu, if you're listening. Stop taking our money and bomb as many terrorists as you want. But as long as you're taking our money, we know who calls the shots, and he does. The truth is he does. Now, this is a controversial situation because a source in Prime Minister's team was present on call with President Trump and strongly rejected the Axios leak. According to the source, President Trump made no personal remarks about Netanyahu, did not warn him about prison, and did not claim he is hated around the world. Again, we don't know what's real. I wasn't there. You weren't there. No one knows. I'm inclined to believe that Trump kind of crashed out on him a little bit because he was mad because Trump wants to end the war, and by Netanyahu bombing the fuck out of Lebanon and the terrorists over there, it is absolutely continuing the war. Trump wants it over. Now, I understand that our national interests and Israel's national interests, for the most part, align. We don't want these terrorists running around, bombing our shit and killing our people. However, they don't completely align. Donald Trump wants the war to end yesterday, and it seems like Netanyahu wants to absolutely eviscerate and eliminate the terror threat surrounding his nation. I understand where they're coming from. However, we are the big dog, and we give you our money, so therefore it's gonna go our way. That's just how it works, man. You could cry about it. That's just where we're at. Hezbollah has rejected President Trump's ceasefire proposal, and Israel is under missile attack tonight. This was last night. Obviously, Hezbollah terrorists don't actually follow deals. That's literally so surprising. Some of the most surprising thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Trump went off on Netanyahu saying that he's fucking crazy. Dude, everyone is talking about this. It's wild. It's wild. Now, around the world, crazy situations are happening. South Africa's baseless genocide case at the ICJ, the International Criminal Justice System, is collapsing. All right, they're asking for another 18 months to keep trying to investigate if genocide was going It's so miserable, man. It's really, really miserable, you know? Like, bro, it's going to take you till 2029. This war started in 2023. It's going to take you 6 years to figure out if there was a genocide where 1% of the population died. Like, are we serious? Like, this is insane. Right? Ilhan Omar, the lesson Israel has learned time and again is that it commit genocide and other atrocities with near total impunity. Now it's exporting the Gaza playbook to Lebanon. Oh, it's a genocide in Lebanon too. Lebanon is still firing missiles into Israel now, as we speak. And it's a genocide. Israel's war in Lebanon is killing thousands, displacing over 1 million. I guess they shouldn't have been firing missiles into Israel, I guess. El Bozos. What do you want me to say? The people of Ethiopia deserve the right. This is still Ilhan Omar in like the same fucking breath. The people of Ethiopia deserve the right to choose their own future. People of Ethiopia, what the fuck are we doing? After years of violence and suffering, they deserve peace, justice, and respect for their sovereign voice. The Ethiopian government must guarantee. You are literally a congresswoman for America. What the fuck is going on? What are we even doing here? This is insane. You know, one of the most terrifying images in history, a transformation from life to death. This was Gaza in 2023. This was Gaza in 2026. Me sowing, haha, fuck yeah, yes. Me reaping, well, this fucking sucks. What the fuck? Yo, no, you mean you started a war and lost? Wow, that fucking sucks, guys. Has that happened to you before? You know, Muslims versus unarmed minorities. We will take over and impose Sharia law, jihad. We will make your women our concubines, you filthy kafir. Kill the kafirs. Muslim versus Jews. Please don't stop posting about Palestine, brother. It's not about religion. We are all brothers and sisters. It's just like, what? I can't take this shit seriously, man. Like, stop being such fucking losers. Sorry. I don't want to crash out here. But it's like, you have to understand the level of retards we're dealing with. War and displacement in Gaza are fueling a rise in early marriage. That means raping children, by the way. I can't believe the Jews are forcing the Muslims to rape children across the entire Middle East. I'm shocked and appalled. Those Jews tricking Muslims into raping their own children. Honestly shocking. But yeah, so ultimately, the orange man gets what he wants, and Israel's going to have to listen to what we say. And they do. And they do. Absolutely they do. It's honestly insane.
Fox News alert, the Iranians just got the wind knocked out of them.
Oh,
overnight.
No.
U.S. forces
But I was told they were winning.
Conducted airstrikes on multiple targets, hitting the enemy's radar and command and control centers. That came after the mullahs shot down one of our own drones, a $4 million Predator.
They touched our drones?
Central Command says these
Time
strikes
to die.
were defensive. Kuwait, also in the crosshairs. The enemy fired off a barrage of missiles and drones into the country. 2 drones headed towards our airbase there. They were neutralized.
Is this like we're in a ceasefire? Like they violated the ceasefire, now they should die. Look, man, I'm tired of the waiting, man. I'm antsy. I'm just antsy. Oh my God, you're so bloodthirsty. You want terrorists to die. Well, if you consider that bloodthirsty, I guess, knock yourself out.
Iran's proxy, Hezbollah, also feeling feisty this weekend.
Oh.
The terrorists launching over 50 rockets into Israel.
Okay, kill them. Based. I'm a really simple man. I'm a very simple man. If they try to kill us, we kill them first. That's my philosophy. It's my philosophy. I believe in self-defense. If they try to kill you, you kill them first. It's my ideology. It's actually rooted in biblical philosophy. It's actually exactly what God tells like the Israelites to do like 30 separate times. It's almost like that's basically war doctrine.
Morning, Netanyahu ordered the IDF to strike the capital of Lebanon, Beirut, targeting Hezbollah strongholds.
And the Donald did not like that one.
In the vicinity. Israeli ground forces are also pushing into mainland Lebanon, capturing a 900-year-old medieval castle. Look at that.
Damn.
This is their deepest military incursion into the country in over...
Yeah, I guess they shouldn't have been firing missiles or something. That's crazy. Oh, they fucked around, and they were like, whoa! And then they found out, and they were like, whoa. Bro, people are not serious. There are not serious people in the commentary space being like, I can't believe Israel is taking Aryan. Literally fucking cry about it. Literally cry about it. They fucked around and they found out. What do you want? Them reaping. Wow, this is amazing. Them sowing. Oh, this sucks.
25 years. Trump not that happy about Israel. More
true. Trump wants the war to end, and Israel is not helping in that regard.
On that in a sec. But the Iranians are calling this a ceasefire violation. And they said they were...
Yes, it's a ceasefire violation when you fight back after Hezbollah fire missiles at you.
Suspending negotiations and vowing to completely block the strait.
They've been trying to do that very poorly.
POTUS says that's just a bluff. Yeah. Writing on Truth that talks are continuing at a rapid pace.
I will see.
But if the talks are off, he couldn't care less. He told NBC, quote, I think we've been talking too much, if you want to know the truth.
Base Trump, he's so fucking right. Yes, yes.
I think going silent would be very good. And that could be for a long time.
Bro's reading my mind. I'm with him, actually.
POTUS says that wouldn't mean more bombs. We just go silent and let the blockade work its magic.
That works for me, too. I'm good with that, too. Let them gargle in their own blood, actually. That's sick, too.
CENTCOM says the blockades turned around 121 ships.
W.
And U.S. officials tell the New York Times that the U.S. military has been quietly guiding ships through the strait. At least 70 of them. The president says, this is a waiting game. We're winning.
I'm in no hurry. I'd like to say I'm in a hurry because, you know, gasoline prices are going to come tumbling down. But if you're going to be in a hurry, you're not going to make a good deal. And slowly but surely, we're getting, I think, what we want. And if we don't get what we want, we're going to end it a different way.
Bro, is this a Trump interviewing a Trump in front of a portrait of Trump? Oh, my God. It's Trumpception.
If we don't get what we want, we're going to end it a different way.
That's right.
Eggs, that's just sitting back on the world's largest arsenal.
We are prepared. We're postured even stronger today than we were on day one.
Let's go.
To address it that way if we have to, but he'd prefer not to. So Iran
Dude,
is
I am so impressed with Trump. Bro is like 1,000,000 years old, and he's just like, I have all the time in the world, sitting there on his fucking throne. We have all the time. They're gonna lose. They will lose through a deal. They will lose through military. They will lose economically. I'm in no rush. I can kill them if I wanted to, but I don't want to. So therefore, I will wait, and every day I wait, they die a little more. It'll be very fun and very... Dude, he's been actually handling this so well. The media's trying their best to make it look like he's just fumbling it everywhere, but he is actually fucking cooking. Again, I'm going to let the orange man cook, and I will actually make my final judgment whether I think this was all worth it or whatever at the end when I see what the result is. Right? If we give them a bad deal, then I'm going to say this was a huge waste of time. But I have faith that the orange man is not going to let me down.
Clearly, what our expectations are, and that's on the negotiating team to deliver. They're coming in our direction. The talks have been productive. I think they know where it needs to go.
47 believes we've already beaten them militarily, and now he wants to beat them at the negotiating table. He tells ABC that a peace agreement with Iran would be even better than a military victory because he thinks the Iranians are better negotiators than they are fighters. There's just one problem. Officials say the Iranians are literally in caves and they're not using email.
Ah!
So how do you hash out a deal with a band of pirates?
I was told that they were winning.
Living underground. It's tricky.
Yeah.
Trump's armed himself with a Sharpie and he's making his own edits. No loopholes.
They originally said, we will not develop a nuclear weapon. I said, well, what happens if you buy a nuclear weapon? So now it says we will not develop or in any way purchase a military weapon. That's a big difference.
The president says he hasn't agreed to the deal yet because he still has to get a few more points in. We'll see how long that takes. The president even called Netanyahu today.
This is what I wanted to see.
Asking him to stand down in Lebanon. Trump kind of lit him up. According to Axios, he told him, quote, what the F are you doing? You're effing crazy. You'd be in prison if it weren't for me. I'm saving your ass. Everybody hates you now. Everybody hates Israel because of this. 47's trying to nail down this peace deal, and Netanyahu's trying to lock in as many gains as he can before the deal's done.
Absolutely.
But you know what's even worse? The Democrats. 47 saying this, quote, it's much tougher for me to properly do my job and negotiate when political hacks keep negatively chirping at levels never seen before over and over again that I should move faster, or move slower, or go to war, or not go to war, or just whatever. Just sit back and relax. It'll all work out well in the end. It always does.
Doesn't always work out, but yeah, I get the sentiment.
POTUS says don't be a panicking, and the markets aren't blinking. Another day of all-time highs.
Yeah, all-time highs in the market.
For the Dow, NASDAQ, and the...
Oh my God, Trump is destroying America. Another day, all-time high in the stock market. It's like, bro, you guys are amazing.
S&P.
Stop.
The S&P just had its
Stop
best
panicking.
2 month run ever.
Oh, wow.
Wall Street Journal said...
Trump destroys the economy. That's like a headline in the New York Times. Trump destroys the economy. Anyway, all-time high in the stock market. Like, bro, you can't make this up. Do not believe your lying eyes. Everything is worse.
That's a sign of more good times ahead. And once the straits open and oil retreats, it'll all be worth it. But until then, hold on tight.
We'll see what happens. Ultimately, we'll see what happens. I pray that we give the Iranian people an opening to overthrow their Islamic dictatorship that's been massacring them in the streets. And if we have to bomb the fuck out of them before we go, just as a goodbye present, that would be awesome. All I want is no ground troops on the ground in Iran, no 10-year-long regime change war, but bomb the fucking shit out of them and die. Yeah, that's my stance on this whole thing. Now, you could say that it's subhuman of me. It's immoral, but your opinions actually don't really matter to me at all. I think that terrorists dying is awesome, and if you disagree, then you might be gay. You might be Happy Pride Month. Happy Pride Month. The gay flag is for you. Go pray to your LGBT pedophile overlords. Okay, all right. Sorry, bro. I don't make the rules. You might be gay. You might be gay. Only in modern history are you not allowed to win wars. The stupidest fucking psyop ever pulled. Now, as someone that likes winning very much, that's me. I'm the guy that likes winning very much. Spencer Pratt has a 75% chance to advance in today's LA mayor election. It is today, and our boy is winning. I've been campaigning for this man. This man needs to win. We will flip LA red. It will be the ultimate white pill. All right, do not panic. All right, we actually just need normal human beings, preferably heterosexual males that have a nice family, a wife and children, that believes in God, that's like, actually, we should just lock up the criminals. That's literally my dream ticket. I'm a simple man. I only want the government for law and order. Aside from that, I don't want the government. I don't even want it to exist, to be honest. But law and order, it's the only thing I want. Literally. So anyway, Spencer Pratt, Republican, flipping LA. This is insane. So the New York Times is going insane. Absolute insanity. So the New York Times posted this, the former reality star's dark visions of Los Angeles are resonating in heated mayoral race, even if they're far from the truth. And he responds, the New York Times is denying 6 people dying in our streets in LA every single day, including the one who died this morning on Skid Row's live stream. Just like Nithya Raman, the New York Times is from the East Coast, and they have no clue how bleak things are in LA. This is him being nice, but actually they're just lying and evil. All right. Like, this publication will go out there and say, oh my God, there's a transgender genocide because you don't want penises in the woman's bathroom. And then the same article will be like, actually, hobos lighting dogs on fire is awesome, actually. Unironically. You know, they're trying everything to get this man to lose. They're terrified that he's winning. And the craziest part is he's resonating among the liberals. The liberals are going for Spencer Pratt, like the normal libtards. There aren't a lot of them, but there are some apparently. Bill Maher, you know, Trump derangement syndrome out the wazoo. He's been getting destroyed by Spencer Pratt.
This is a state that is constantly overthinking everything and overregulating everything. Trust me, I know. I did whole bits about how it took me 3 years to get the solar turned on. Solar, something they want you to have.
All right, you would think that Spencer Pratt would be like, yeah, the government's incompetent, but his answer is literally a million times better than that.
But now they're taxing you, I think, for having it.
They are?
I think so.
What do you mean you think so? You have
I think,
to know,
you know, I don't need to know
know
about solar, you know.
Okay,
I need to focus on making sure the moms are safe and the animals are not being abused. That's my party.
I know, but if you're the mayor...
the solar panels, that's going to be somebody I'm hiring.
That's
my
right.
deputy mayor is going to worry about the solar panels.
No.
Look, man, I hope your solar panels are fine. They're raping children on Skid Row.
Spencer, I got bad news. If you're the mayor, you are going to have to learn some of these issues more.
Like, they try so hard to make him sound like a dumbass. They're like, oh, Spencer Pratt, you're just a dumbass. You don't know these things. And his response is just gold.
We're about 3 years from worrying about solar panels. We need to get all the naked drug addicts off of the sidewalks, and then I can worry about solar panels.
But we can't walk and chew gum at the same time.
With the state of LA right now, the solar panels, you're going to spit that gum out. I love the idea of getting the drug addicts treatment and giving them job opportunities. And if we need more solar panels, personally, I think we got to investigate the LADWP, why you even need a solar panel. You pay so much money for regular electricity that we got to check why our rates are going up 10% plus every month, and we're not getting better electricity. Alkaline water is not coming out of our tap. So I'll get back to you on the solar panels, but it's a little. My totem pole is make sure people don't have home invasions every single night.
That's
Make
right.
sure you're not losing your
That's
whole
right.
suspension because we haven't fixed a road. I'm basic. That's why I'm resonating. Common sense, basic stuff. People that are struggling to live in LA right now because it's so expensive and they're stepping in human poop, they don't care about your problem with the solar panel right now. But they may once I get rid of the poop I make it more affordable.
God, he's literally right. He's like, hello, I understand you're complaining about solar panels, all right, rich guy problems. They are literally lighting dogs on fire right now on live stream on Skid Row. Like, bro. And so Bill Maher, actually, right after this went down, he's like, you know, I like him.
I had Spencer Pratt on my podcast.
They're calling him Mini Trump as like a slur, but it's actually just resonating.
The other day, I think it drops. You know what? I know I'm supposed to hate him. I don't.
He runs great ads.
Yeah, I mean, he's a nice guy. Yeah. He's what's charming about him is he has no advisors. I mean, I confronted him on like, you know, this and this you're going to have to think about. No, I only care about the issues I care about. So he's very honest about that. It's funny because he's running as a Republican and doing quite well. Everybody out here is like, what do you think of Spencer Pratt? He's on everybody's mind.
Yeah.
I was asking him about that.
Yeah.
He's very un-Californian in that way for a guy who's from California. But then I found out...
Yeah, because Californians are, you know, they're all gay. Anyway, so moving on, like, you look at the people that aren't voting for Spencer Pratt, and it's these guys.
Who are you voting for?
It's Shiraman.
Why her over Bass?
Well, she's Indian, and I'm South Asian.
Deport! Deport! That's all I needed to hear. So basically, you don't believe in American values. You don't believe in this American system. You don't believe in merit. You are just a racist. All right, deport. You haven't assimilated. Get him out. My stance is very simple. Every time I say that, then I say the most unsimple thing in the history of the world. But these fuckers are not here to integrate. They're not here because they like our country. They don't like our people. I'm not lying to you. I'm just being real. All right. I'm so glad that they say this.
Spags, what do you think about Spencer Pratt?
Not much.
Do you think he has a chance?
I don't know. Do you?
I mean, if people are willing to like Trump, some people just want to vote for the white guy.
That's true.
Just because they're white.
That's unfortunate.
Oh, that's unfortunate? You're Indian, so you'll vote for an Indian, and that's cool, but if a white guy votes for a white guy, he's a racist? Interesting. Interesting.
You think about that, people voting on like based on like race and stuff.
I think it's a kind of unfortunate because you should be looking at someone's credentials.
He literally just said he's voting based on race. This is the ultimate trap.
Really?
It's like, it's incredible. Like, I hope you understand. When the left says racism is bad, they mean they hate white people and want white people to die. That's what they say. That's what they actually mean. Now, a lot of people give me a lot of flack for being blunt in this regard. They say, oh, Nux, you're too extreme. You're taking this too far. Am I? Am I taking it too far? I don't think I am. You know, so Hassan Piker is crashing out that Spencer Pratt looks like he's winning. Spencer Pratt is Timu Trump, and he thinks every solution of LA's problems revolves around murdering the homeless. Now, to be clear, he's never said that. He's never endorsed that. Hassan Piker just lies for a living. He's a leftist, you know. They use words as weapons, obviously. So Hassan Piker, who lives in LA in a gated community, in a mansion, a $3 million mansion with his Porsche and his private area, he doesn't actually have a lot of issues in regards to homeless people raping you and lighting your dog on fire. That's not something he actually cares about very much. So, you know, he's crashing out. He thinks that murdering the homeless would be a solution. Now, it would be a solution. I don't endorse it because I'm against murder. I only support killing terrorists that are trying to kill you, like all of Hassan Piker's friends and half of his chat, probably. But I don't support murdering the homeless. But I am saying if we would murder the homeless, which I don't support, it would make LA a paradise. like, if we're engaging with the talking point, you know, like, let's be real. So, everything right-wing gets a 10x boost on this site. Remember that with the recent Spencer Pratt run, he might still have an impact since lots of people are straight-up cattle. Bah! And he would know because he likes having sex with cattle, probably. I mean, it's his culture. I respect his culture, personally. That's why I say it. Out of respect for his culture. Most people don't even know how elections are happening today. The ones that do might still vote for Timu Trump. This is him crying and screaming and yelling, complaining that right-wing boost on Twitter is why people might vote for this guy. Spencer Pratt's going to win, and you're going to cry, and it's going to be awesome. Oh, my God, it's going to be so good. Spencer Pratt says, to my fellow Angelinos who actually want change and are considering voting for Nithya Raman, I can assure you, she's not fit for the job.
I want to speak to those of you who are considering voting for Nithya Raman but haven't yet.
Vote today, by the way. If you're in LA, you have to vote for Spencer Pratt today.
Obviously, you and I are in the same place. We all agree that Karen Bass has failed the city as mayor, and we need change.
Because Karen Bass is not doing shh.
And for a moment, you thought Nithya would be an alternative, but since she collapsed at the debate...
I don't...
I'm
not sure how to respond.
And she's
but she's Indian. But she's Indian.
A very weak campaign.
Oh, maybe that's why she doesn't care about the human poop on the street. That was racist. Disregard.
She's doing live streams with the hateful, radical, anti-Semite Hassan Piker.
God, this is so good. I love that Hassan Piker, you know, listen, I'm not going to say that I single-handedly got everyone to hate Hassan. I think Hassan actually did that. I just helped get people to understand exactly what we're dealing with. And I love that Hassan Piker's face being anywhere attached to you is a liability.
Deserve 9/11.
2024 Anti-Semite of the Year top 10 finalists, Hassan Piker.
Yeah, you know, I think I have become more aware of these issues over my time on city council.
Kill them. Kill those motherfuckers and murder those motherfuckers.
Bro actually pulled out the Nuxanor compilation.
In the street, let the streets soak in their fucking red capitalist bloods, dude.
Mr. Piker is anti-American, anti-women, anti-Western, and anti-Semitic. No Democrats should engage him. All should seek to push him to the fringe where he belongs.
That's why I got engaged on this issue.
I love how his ad is just like, you're going to vote for the terrorist lover who supports 9/11? You're going to vote for that?
It is Piker who said that America deserved 9/11.
Yeah, I do believe that.
About right now, you've accepted the reality that she's not going to advance past the runoff. At this point, voting for Nithya is a wasted vote. It's me versus Karen. It's change versus more of the same. More homeless drug addicts in front of your schools, more animals being tortured and killed on the streets and in her city shelters, more empty reservoirs when the wildfires hit, more potholes, more of your favorite restaurants going out of business.
Damn.
No new housing getting built. You can either vote for me to change all that insanity, or you can see Karen Bass visit more destruction on our city, and you can watch your social group erode as your friends move to Nashville or Miami or...
Bro, we're gonna get a Republican mayor in LA during Pride Month! Oh my God! That's incredible! It's literally the worst day ever for pedophiles.
Austin, it's no longer a question about me or Nithya or Karen. Nithya has no path to victory now. It's me versus Karen. A vote for Nithya right now is a vote for Karen. For some of you, Nithya's pedigree as an academic seemed appealing. Maybe we do need someone who's never lived here before. An outsider with an East Coast degree to come rewrite the city. Some of you may not know that I earned a political science degree right here in LA from USC. I'd show it to you, but it burned up in the Palisades fire.
Damn.
And I assure you, I got it. I don't brag about my credentials from my prestigious university because I think credentialism is uncouth. And what matters more is the capacity to get things done. Clearly, Nithya doesn't have that in her. We can all agree on that, at least in the fact her entire campaign is predicated on the fact that she can't get anything done. She talks about the city being broken, but she's been in city leadership for 6 years and failed to do anything. She is incredibly unpopular in her own district. She's not managed to accomplish anything in city council, and she's been the chair of the Homelessness and Housing Committee for years. She's literally the one in charge of homelessness in LA. How's she doing, folks? Look around. All of us know Nithya doesn't have it in her. She's already confessed that she's going to quit politics entirely after she loses in the primary, and her campaign has been deeply unserious about the major problems all of us face in the city.
Definitely, this has gone far beyond what I expected the campaign to be about. I, again, thought it would be about bike lanes and management of the Department of Transportation.
Now, for some of you, bike lanes actually might be your biggest problem. I'll admit, I envy you. I wish that were my biggest problem. I wish I had as privileged a life as her to where I only had to worry about bike lanes. But like many of you, I have real problems in the city. My home burned down in the Palisades fire because of failed city leadership that drained our reservoirs before the fire, cut the fire department budget.
He's killing it. He's just absolutely slaughtering these people. It's insane. Like, he just shows up and he slaughters these fucking voids. He puts them away.
In 3 distinct campaigns for mayor of Los Angeles.
All right.
As Spencer Pratt
So you have to see this. This is actually unprecedented.
deals with hecklers on the street during his live stream.
Oh, what is Councilman Rama's experience? Making drug addicts next to kids at schools? Is that what the experience like? She likes drug addicts in front of kids' schools. My experience is making sure moms.
Dude, I love this. I love that the rhetoric is so raw. It really is. Not the polished politician, just the guy that's going to be there and be like, oh, you're a Democrat, so you support child sex trafficking across the border. That's why you left it open? No, of course not. I hate child sex trafficking. I'm so against it. So why did you vote for the people that enabled that on a mass scale? Because it's like, it's so good. It's so good. Like, if you're a Democrat, you're just pro-rape at this point. That's why you want to import all the rapists, right? No, of course not. I'm not pro-rape. So actually, how could you say that? I don't know. You're importing the rapists. What do you want me to think? The purpose of a system is what the system does. I'm not going to sit here and make believe that you're not pro-rape. Please, just own it. Just say you're pro-rape, please.
Safe again. That's my price.
You literally have no experience.
Sure, Spencer only has a degree in political science from USC and holds 0 experience in turning Los Angeles into a third world country at first world prices. Leave that to Mayor Karen Bass with the training she received.
She was literally a communist agent.
From communist Cuba. As her final day of campaigning makes the mayor look like a more socially awkward version of Michael Cera.
Well, I think for the undecided voters to understand that they have a choice to make.
Bro, imagine electing a woman. I can't even imagine.
And that choice is a reality TV villain? Really? How did that work for us on a national level? One of the most important issues in our city is people feeling safe. You can't feel safe if there's an encampment there.
You put them there. What are we doing?
It's not safe for the people in the encampment, and it's not safe for the people around.
Ah, yes. The homeless encampments she spent over $1 billion of our tax dollars on in only 4 years, making LA a paradise for mice. But of course, she still has supporters.
Who do you want to win as mayor of LA?
Karen Bass.
And why Karen Bass?
Black Pride.
Why Karen Bass?
Well, I'm going to tell you something really specifically. She has supported the Ramadan Fest.
Race pandering is basically all she has.
Let's freaking go! That's right. Rape is up, ladies and gentlemen. They're lighting dogs on fire, but hey, at least Karen Bass supports a Ramadan. Man, can you believe we still let women vote? Bro, what happened to us as a culture? What have we done to ourselves?
Has left, as if you're willing to overlook all the suffering, wasteful spending, and literal plagues returning, then maybe this is the LA you deserve. But the worst part of both Mayor Basota and Councilwoman Raman's election strategy is they're basically campaigning against their own administration.
The LA that I grew up in, first of all, was a lot cleaner.
Bitch, you were mayor for 4 years! Why didn't you do something about it? Oh my god! Like, these people are so pathetic. Imagine, dude, you're not even going to be able to imagine. Imagine, I can't can't even say with the straight face. Imagine electing a woman. Am I right, guys? Am I right? And I'm sorry. I'm joking. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Obviously, it's a joke. I'm kidding, guys. I'm on YouTube. Would I ever say that seriously on YouTube?
There were not people sleeping on our streets. The city was actually affordable. You could rent an apartment, work part-time, and go to school.
She has empathy for the drug dealers, so they give them more drugs.
So it was a lot different. But unfortunately, the city isn't affordable now. And we do have people.
You were literally the one in charge. Like you have only yourself to blame.
People sleeping on our streets, which is exactly why I ran.
Is she actually campaigning against herself? These people are retarded.
For mayor, because I know how our city can be, and we're gonna get there again.
Basora promises to solve all the problems she caused. It's Kamala all over again, saying, yes, we ran everything for 8 of the last 12 years with a 2-decade-long career in politics, but vote for me. Because in year 21, I really mean it now. But when Basora's angle is, assume voters are imbeciles, Councilwoman Raman is just a typical windsock politician, swaying to say whatever she thinks is more popular than delivering on neither. Now it's one thing when she's switching up on her defund the police stance, but her hypocrisy on the homeless is much worse.
I don't think a kid's gonna be safer because a tent is 500 feet away from a school. You know, it's like whatever.
What? That clip is career-ending. That is a career-ending clip. This is worse than literally streaming with dog abuser and prolific sex payer Hassan Piker, who goes to brothels in Germany to pay for, you know, to sleep with girls who might be sex trafficked children. Who knows? No one knows. But that's crazy. This might be the worst thing I've ever seen. Who cares if they're homeless drug addicts right next to your kid's skull? Who cares? And then they're like, boo. And then she rolls her eyes. Oh my God. One more time. That was the craziest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Hold up.
100 feet away from a school. You know, it's like whatever.
Yes, rolling your eyes at the families not wanting to see new drug users by their school is the epitome of a champagne socialist. But then they took the issue.
I mean, she is literally from India. Like, and as someone that respects other cultures. Like, let's just continue.
Directly to her home.
And I realized that there were people setting up what was, I think, a fake encampment, like a homeless encampment outside of my house.
Oh my God.
I have 2 little kids.
Yeah.
They didn't see it, luckily, this morning. But, you know, I feel badly that I'm even subjecting them to that at all.
So
you feel bad that your kids are near homeless people, but you don't mind when other people's kids are near homeless people? Got it!
Your children seeing this isn't an issue, but her kids are clearly superior to yours, which just proves a vote for her means you proudly accept being her serf, where LA residents just have to accept this lawless homeless mess.
You're on my private property. You can't be here. This is not a f***ing hotel.
But once it arrives on your political superior's doorsteps, only then can they receive police assistance. Meanwhile, everybody else just gets randomly attacked in the streets. And I know this happened in Santa Monica, which has its own mayor, but sees the same exact issues we do in Los Angeles, as it's just a couple freeway exits away from LA, and neighboring Venice Beach sees the same exact level of unsafe insanity.
Call the police because we have this dude here yelling at us, my kid. I don't think it should be now like this because there's so many kids right here.
As random bum fights that look like medieval gladiator duels have been going down for years.
Except way less entertaining. Do you understand how much more entertaining society would be if we make like a really big, nice coliseum in the middle of the city and put all the homeless people in the coliseum? I'm not saying we should. I'm just saying it would make life better for everyone else. See, a lot of people think that my ingenious ideas that would absolutely elevate the quality of life of the average person in LA. A lot of people think that these ideas are because I want this to happen. They're not. They're just thought experiments, okay? And it would make society better. All right, that's it. That's all I had to say. Like, you know, everyone would be against it until they realized that it would make society literally 1,000,000 times better, and then they would actually just start paying to watch the gladiator matches.
Now, as sadly when I searched for that specific incident in Venice, I had to scroll past nude, spiked club duels, brawls between the Birdman versus the Canvas Man, random 4x4 beatdowns over nothing.
Dude, we're literally getting GTA 6 before GTA 6.
Non-stop bedlam between everybody without a bed, as these social workers just sit there and do nothing.
Oh, this is what your tax dollars are going to, by the way.
But in Mayor Karen Basorda City, it almost seems like the law is optional, including election laws in Basorda's own campaign ad.
I saw this. This is a federal crime, by the way, I think.
All right. Thank you so much for all of your support. I know you have been walking precincts, you've been making phone calls, you've been over there at the headquarters.
As Spencer Pratt calls it out, she's clearly violating election laws by electioneering within 100 feet of a ballot box, to which Basorda's admin denies.
Quote is complete is blatantly false. There were 2 locations filmed.
She was right there. What?
This video. One 200 plus feet away from the ballot box with signs, and one next to the ballot box, no signs.
As she's clearly within 200 feet of this ballot box.
Are you serious?
And chanting 4 more
They actually tried?
years with your team is electioneering. You can only get to this level of lies when you've gotten away with it for decades, with your supporters being too stupid to notice it. She posted this herself, but still expects 0 legal repercussions. As the Democrats have their secret weapon, celebrity pandering.
Oh shit, it's over. They got the most useless people on the planet who for a living read words written by smarter people. I'm really glad that they endorsed her.
Go in the streets and gather the people together, not someone who's divided. Karen Bass is that person.
Which is hilarious, as people are superimposing his endorsement over her city. But I really think this is the next stage of champagne socialism. Not even trying to lie, saying we're gonna fix this, but getting their peasants to accept third world living at first world prices. Pop stars are starting to see if this will stick.
Stop saying New York smells like piss and start saying that your piss smells like the best city in the world.
Any mindless bots on Reddit completely lean into it. So don't demand better from your Democrat leaders. Just accept this Elysium-style system they've set up, because don't you want to be accepted by these cool celebrities? Where Rahman's endorsement says it right on the surface. Don't support Spencer Pratt because everybody else won't like you. Interesting how it isn't about policies, safety.
It never is. It's Trump bad, it's Spencer Pratt bad, it's white man bad. That's literally the left. They are a demoralized system of evil and rot. They don't create anything. They only contort and destroy. They have no policies.
Fraud or anything that's actually impacting us, it's all about. He's a MAGA Republican. And obviously, you'd rather get stabbed by an insane drug addict than also be called a MAGA Republican. And even though that looks like a fan-made ad, what Rahman's actually putting out herself is far worse. As honestly, I think whoever's running her campaign secretly hates her. Even her professionally produced ad is somehow even worse.
We have a mayor who's failed to lead this city. And on the other hand, a right-wing extremist powered by MAGA is channeling people's frustrations about this city into fear and anger and hatred.
Never once have I seen Spencer blame anybody for the fires other than the Democrats in office, whose failures are responsible for the fires. But somehow she's—
And also the guy who lit the fires, who was a radical leftist inspired by Luigi Mangione, by the way. No one wants to talk about this, but the actual Palisades fires were left-wing violence.
saying this is really about MAGA and pride because she can't actually beat them on policies, reverting to pandering to identities. So proud to get this group together, writing, no AI was used in this video. This was like 40 people that couldn't even fill out the entire frame, which is yet another example of the mismanagement that is her campaign and overall political career. All this wasted space, a huge production crew to shoot 60 seconds of everything we already knew about you, and sadly, the other socialist is doing the same exact thing, with Mayor Basorda seeking the max amount of spending you can waste to display what little movement you have, compared to Spencer getting support from absolutely every corner of the city. as Spencer has zero issues showing up in the hood, since South Central actually loves him. Meanwhile, billionaire liberal politicians show up to the same spots and are immediately shook down for the reparations that they promised. As the city's really in a terrible situation, and I've long said, anybody running against a Democrat establishment doesn't even need to campaign, but just put cameras up in every deep blue city that's been run by the Democrats for decades and simply say, it's time for a change. As finally, I really believe Spencer will bring in a renaissance to Los Angeles.
It's gonna happen. It's happening. If you vote today, damn it.
And it's not affordable because the current mayor and the current city
They suck.
have so much red tape
They
and so much
suck.
literal possibilities for developers to build. And there actually will not be drug addicts at the entrance to their buildings. And we're going to build so much housing, the entire city will be cranes. We're going to look like Dubai in 8 years.
And maybe young people just don't know what Los Angeles could be. But just go back and watch reruns of The Hills, where he played the villain, or even Entourage, which also took place in early 2000s LA. And yes, television is television, but the backdrop of every scene really encapsulated what the city was. Everybody having fun. Businesses booming everywhere, where you could feel safe anytime at night, and no bums bashing out your back windows, or literally dying. But then
then they elected a woman. And everything changed. No, I'm kidding. But and then empathy rolled in. Of course, you have to have empathy for the naked rapist, homeless people in the street. Of course, you need to have empathy for them. What are you going to tell them they have to leave? Who are you to tell them to leave? They're just lighting a dog on fire. Let them do what they want.
These scumbag socialists swept in and turned the city into third world living at first world prices.
Yup.
And we're
He's just right here, by the way. He's just correct. And Spencer Pratt's going to win. And you have to vote for him now. Go vote for the guy. Now, there's a right-wing wave sweeping across the entire Western world right now. Men have been just endlessly fatigued with the current bureaucratic hellscape that we've been living in. Just forced upon us by the feminized overlords doing their best to castrate as many children as they can, or whatever their actual raison d'etre actually is these days. So not only is LA looking like it's actually going to have a Republican mayor, but it looks like all of England is going far right, as they say it with trepidation. All right, I love how they just label it far right, and it's just like normal people, you know? For those mainly Pakistani men who have inflicted the very worst pain imaginable on innocent British children, please know this. There will come a day when the power of the British state that concealed your atrocious crimes for so very long is turned against you. It will be swift, it will be brutal, it will be severe. Because if Restore Britain gets a sniff of power, there will be a reckoning. I promise you that. We will show you the same mercy you should our girls. Your race or religion will not protect you any longer. A message will be sent that is heard across the world. If you rape our children, you will pay for it, and you will pay for it with everything. That is what Restore Britain will do. And this is resonating very deeply because Rupert Lowe actually was able to talk about the rape gangs in the British Parliament yesterday. This was censored everywhere. All right, the establishment media spent 10 days smearing Rupert's name through every imaginable opportunity, yet not a single outlet has covered this speech. They all despise him. Well, I am not the British media, but I do get more views than every single British mainstream media system on, like, my average daily video view count. So, you know, I'm going to do what I can to help, because this guy actually went through and did a private investigation on the rape gangs, and what he heard will shock you.
Firstly, I would like to thank the 260,974 British men and women who signed the petition to make this debate possible, and I want to welcome these brave survivors who are sitting behind us in the hall. This debate is about them. As you quite rightly say, it's not about politics. I want the world to hear what we heard during the 2 weeks of our independent rape gang inquiry hearings, an inquiry that should never have needed to happen. I sincerely urge this Parliament to listen to the testimonies from these brave survivors.
Believe all women unless they were raped by a Muslim, you know? That's just the rules.
And to act, to finally act. So the first testimony, he took his pants down, penetrated
Trigger warning, by the way.
Me.
This video will not be getting monetized.
Had sex with me. He then stopped before ejaculation. He picked up the bottle of Jack Daniels, which was now empty, and he forced it up inside me.
Oh my God.
He broke the glass while he was there.
Oh my God.
At that point, I was about 12, nearly 13.
Oh my God.
Another testimony. I was held down by the men as they each took turns to orally and vaginally rape me, taking it in turns to pin down my arms and my legs. When the assault ended, the men hit me repeatedly, threatened to find me, kill me, and harmed my loved ones if I ever told anybody what had happened. Another. Comments were constantly made suggesting that white girls, the Christian girls, were viewed as having fewer morals or lower values, whereas Muslim girls were described by some of the men as having dignity and higher moral standing.
Yeah, they're the religion of peace. That's why they have higher moral standing, of course.
These comparisons were used to justify...
Oh my God, Nux, are you saying that Muslims are all gonna... Listen, I'm not making any generalities here. I'm just saying that the Quran tells them to take sex slaves from Christians. Yeah. When it says that Christians and Jews are the lowest of creatures in the Quran, and that you can actually take sex slaves of those inferior non-Muslims that you subjugate, yeah, actually, I do think it's going to be endemic to specific populations and cultures. And if you don't think so, you're actually retarded.
The way I was treated and to further humiliate and control me. Another. She was a white woman herself, who I imagine may have been groomed, and has obviously now married into the family, shouting obscenities at us. Throughout the whole sentencing, she was constantly saying, "Fucking liars, lying white bitches." She said to me that God will be the witness for what happens to me. Another. Race did play a part and motivated the selection or demographic of the victims. Throughout my exploitation, the other girls I encountered, or who were abused alongside me, were almost exclusively white. Another. She had a baby by him.
Oh, my God.
And his dad was an imam.
Oh, my
his
God.
Dad knew. And he got his son married and said that he wasn't allowed to see the child. They look after their own community.
That's right. Listen, where are all the good Muslims? Where are all the good Muslims to condemn the bad Muslims? I don't understand. I was told that it's a tiny, tiny minority of Muslims that are not compatible with Western civilization. So where are all the good Muslims to condemn the bad Muslims? I don't know. I see Cenk Uygur saying that there are no rape gangs. I see Piers Morgan defending it too, while Cenk Uygur is on the show. I see Hassan Piker saying that this is a right-wing conspiracy theory. I see, Sadiq Khan, mayor of London, basically saying that this doesn't actually happen. Where are all the good Muslims to condemn the bad Muslims? That's all I want to know.
Over the course of the abuse, I was raped by multiple police officers.
Oh my God!
In different parts of the country. Another. He put a cigarette out on the baby's face.
Oh my God.
Another. It started when I was 13. I was raped by probably about 600 or 700 different men over 3 years. Another. They would toot the horn of the car, and then a child would be taken to the front door by a staff member of the children's home. Another. I was bleeding from both my vagina and my back passage and was so swollen I could not sit down.
I don't even know what to say.
I told hospital staff my drink had been spiked and I did not know what had happened because I was too afraid to tell the truth. They did not ask any questions. They gave me tablets and discharged me.
Wow.
I was 15 years old.
Oh my God!
Another.
This is just the systemized rape of a generation of white British girls, covered up by the establishment. Well, this is one of the most unbelievable atrocities I think ever recorded in human history, and it just happened because you have to have empathy for the rapists.
Things would escalate around Eid and holidays. Parties got bigger,
That's one way to celebrate your religion. That's one way. You got to show those kafars that you're the chosen people.
Worse, got more violent. More people involved, more girls involved. The parties were just bigger. Another. The main clash that I kind of had with the religion side of it was I grew up as a Christian. I would wear my cross because it was something really special to me. It was just used as a way to break me down. They said, "Where is your God now? Has your God forsaken you?" Another. It was all of the white girls in every home that I went to.
Oh my God.
I remember a man opening the back of a van and I saw 15, 20 girls locked in dog cages.
Oh my God.
Another.
Dude,
Dogs were
like,
brought-
I love how when I cover this stuff, I get pushback and people call me Islamophobic and stuff. But look at what's happening. Like, what do you want me to say? These are barbarians. These are actual barbarians, man.
In, and I couldn't move at all. I had nowhere to move. I think that was the scariest thing, was not having any concept of it. There were men around me, not horrified, not disgusted, not helping, but filming and laughing, making bets on whether the dog could actually rape me or not. And yes, I was raped by a dog. The man just held my face, stared me down straight in the eyes, and he wanted to see me break, and he did. Another.
Oh my God.
I just want it to stop and not happen to any other children, and for people to actually act, to do something and stop being so scared. I could continue for hours and hours. All of us in this building have a responsibility to finally act. Not to talk, but to act. Our Rape Gang Inquiry report will be released in the coming days. It will change Britain for good. Thank you.
The truth is just Islamophobic, I guess. This is shocking. It's shocking. You know, like, I knew that they were barbarians. But then you hear what actually happened, like actual descriptions of this, and not just from like 1 or 2 sources, but from hundreds of thousands of sources. And you know, you actually start to think, wait a second, hold up. Maybe some cultures are actually inferior cultures. Maybe they do want to rape you just because you're not their religion or whatever. Maybe. So Ayub Khan, Muslim, disgraces himself in Parliament. He basically takes 7 minutes to talk about this and respond to the rape. I'm not going to play the whole thing. Respond to the rape gang situation by basically saying it's Islamophobic and it'll make people mad at Muslims.
Ayub Khan.
Based on doing exactly that to Pakistani, Muslim, Asian or migrant community.
How could you do this to the Pakistani Muslim communities? Where are the good Muslims to call out the bad Muslims? I was told that there are good Muslims. You're convincing me. You're working very hard to convince me that there aren't, and I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to go down that path, sir. So where are the good Muslims to condemn the bad Muslims? New Mayor Sadiq Khan blames MAGA influencers and Russia for recent wave of social media posts attacking London. Oh yes. It's not the systematized rape of a generation. No, it's MAGA. Bro, Mayor Sadiq Khan, Muslim. It's the op is so obvious. So, of course, he has to make friends, you know, and, you know, has to make believe that he loves the gays now, even though he literally just came back from the Hajj in Mecca. This Pride Month, London stands with LGBTQI plus communities here and around the world. I look forward to seeing 100,000 Londoners. No one's fucking buying this shit, man. You don't support this shit at all. Yeah, at all. In fact, I'll prove it to you with one of my favorite clips of all time. One of my favorite clips of all time. Which of the following is morally wrong? A, hitting your wife. B, eating bacon. C, slavery. D, marrying a child. If you guessed eating bacon, you are correct. Now, my favorite clip probably of all time, one of my favorites of all time is this one. And not a lot of people see it. I send this to all my friends every Pride Month, all right? You should know. All right, if you're a friend of mine, and you've probably seen this. I send this every Pride Month.
سأل الوهابي شيخنا رزقكم الله الشهادة.
I will translate for you people.
هذا والحور العين في الجنة. أردت
All right, get ready. I wanted to commit a martyrdom operation. I turned to Sheikh Abu Dima al-Khassab, who told me they had invented a new unprecedented form of martyrdom operations. Explosive capsules are inserted into your anus. In order to train for this method of jihad, holy war, you must consent to being sodomized for a period of time so that your anus becomes wider, making room for the explosives. My question is whether I am permitted to allow the mujahideen access to my anus if my intentions are honourable. And the purpose is to train for jihad by widening my anus. The Sheikh praised Allah and said, in principle, sodomy is forbidden. However, jihad is more important and the pinnacle of Islam. If sodomy is the only way to reach the pinnacle of Islam, then there is no harm in it. The rule that is necessity, the forbidden, it makes the forbidden permissible. So something that is required in order to perform a duty
إلا به فهو واجب.
becomes a duty in and of itself, and no duty takes precedence over jihad. Basically, they're saying homosexuality is a sin punishable by death, but you could let men fuck you to widen your anus if it involves you blowing yourself up and also killing a couple of infidels. This is literally the greatest religion ever made. Whoever came up with this must have been illiterate, because this shit's crazy. What am I even supposed to say? This is the craziest thing I've ever heard in my... Hey, sir, can I practice gay anal sex to widen my ass for a bomb? Muslim teacher. Normally forbidden, but for jihad, totally allowed. You know, this is literally a 2-for-1. They get to kill the infidel and the gay guy. Complete double kill on the perspective of the fucking sheik guy. Colossal W. So, you know, happy Pride Month, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Pride Month. Yes. Now, the Speaker of the House, Lindsay Hoyle, will force Keir Starmer to make a statement on Henry Nowak in an unprecedented move. It's disgraceful that this intervention was necessary. Now, I'm going to cover this briefly in regards to the entire British situation, because this is one of the worst stories that ever happened. Henry Nowak was a British man who was stabbed and killed by a immigrant, a Sikh guy, sorry. And he was bleeding out after getting stabbed. And while he was bleeding out, the police put him in handcuffs. Because the Sikh claimed that he was being racist, and then he died in handcuffs on the street, bleeding out, screaming, "I can't breathe." So this was Keir Starmer in 2020. Okay, today, 11 a.m., Parliament will hold a minute's silence in memory of George Floyd. What the fuck does George Floyd have to do with England? He must not become another name. His death must be a catalyst for change. The Labour Party stands with those opposing racism. He didn't hold a minute of silence for Henry Nowak, a man who was murdered. A man who was murdered by a migrant, arrested by the cops, and bled out in handcuffs on the street when he did nothing wrong. No moment of silence for him. None at all. Henry Nowak's father speaks out on the murder of his son. It's heartbreaking.
With his final words, he told officers that he could not breathe. He told them he had been stabbed. In fact, Henry told officers that he could not breathe 9 times. He told them he had been stabbed 4 times. The response from one officer was, "I don't think you have, mate." The police have said they were misled by the murderer and that the scene when they arrived was complex. Unfortunately, it seems
they were misled because the barbarian said that, oh, but he was racist.
To us, the truth is much simpler. The police were told by our son himself and by a member of the public who called 999 that they heard someone shout that they had been stabbed. But the police did not believe them. Henry was pulled across the gravel, his hands forced behind his back, and he was placed in handcuffs. Instead of being treated as a dying victim, police formally arrested Henry for assault and read him his rights. That was the last thing he heard. Henry did not die with dignity.
God,
he did not die with the care he deserved. He lost consciousness before anyone believed him. Let me be absolutely clear. We hold Vikram Digwa solely and 100% responsible for the brutal murder of our son. But Henry should not have died on the streets of Southampton in police custody. The way he was treated was inhumane and degrading.
So this is just the reality of importing infinite barbarians into your countries, you know, and of course, Keir Starmer was forced to eventually make a statement. This is an awful, shocking case. Everything shocks the man. Everything shocks him. Literally everything. White guy gets stabbed by some immigrants, and they immediately believe the immigrants, arrest the white guy, and he dies. Shocking. You know, Jews get stabbed and shot in the streets by Muslims that are, you know, screaming Allahu Akbar. Shocking. Motives unknown, you know. The rape of a generation of white Christian girls. Shocking. Truly shocking and appalling. Shocking and appalling that the guy whose holy book says you should kill Jews and rape Christians kills Jews and rape Christians. You can't even fucking believe it. It's crazy. It's shocking and appalling. Henry's loved ones must have gone through the trauma of a long trial and endured Henry's killer making up appalling claims about their son who was thoughtful, kind, and deeply loved to just write that blah, 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 blah. No one fucking cares. Your words mean nothing. You have created the conditions for this to happen. You have created it. Look at this. 6,000 likes, 4 million views. No one is buying this, man. This dude took the knee 15 days after George Floyd died, and he refused to address this until it became a national incident. Enough is enough. A deep line needs to be drawn in the sand. Talk is weak. And Britain needs to say no more. And mean it. A restore Britain government with the British people's approval would put Vikram Digwa to death. Henry Nowak was stabbed by Digwa 5 times, including twice in the back of his legs, once in the face, and a fatal wound to the chest. Rather than calling an ambulance, Digwa filmed Henry. Digwa gave the knife to his mother, and it was found by police that at their home along with more than 20 other weapons. Understand, the entire family tried to cover this shit up. Keeping the savage alive serves nobody. The police officers on the scene who allowed Henry to die will face criminal charges for gross negligence manslaughter. Digwa's foreign family will be deported. Good! Yes, but what did the family do? They all ran defense for this. Every single one of them. Laws will change. The country will change. Everything will change. Order will be restored. The law will be restored. Britain will be restored. And this guy needs to die. He needs to die. You know, everyone's like, oh, but I thought you believed in God. I thought you said no murder. This isn't murder. This is justice. Okay? It states in the Old Testament 5 times in the first 5 books, a man that takes a life should have his life taken in return. And that's what God thinks. You know, I'm really tired of like this infinite pandering to retards. Now, this is the Hampshire police. They originally made this statement, and they deleted it after the backlash. Our officers were misled at the scene, including denial of weapon use. They quickly but switched to life-saving aid within minutes. But, as laid out in our statement, the medical evidence shows the injuries were not survivable. Yeah, no, but that's not what happened, actually. That's a lie. Now, this is the 8-inch ceremonial blade used to murder Henry Nowak. British people aren't allowed to carry weapons, including knives or any means of self-defense, because it's a fascist, leftist government. Meanwhile, certain groups are allowed to walk around with these. That's right, because if you just happen to have a turban on your head, you now have extra human rights. You can carry weapons. Isn't it nice how that works? Isn't it cool? Isn't that awesome? Breaking, Keir Starmer says he won't remove the exemption to allow Sikhs to carry large ceremonial knives on them. That's right. If you carry a knife, well, that's a crime and you're going to jail. How dare you protect yourself? But if fucking Pajit Singwa over there carries a knife, that's fucking awesome and based, and it's his culture, actually. Unbelievable. English women are being prosecuted for carrying pepper spray, and you give religious exemption for weapons. Bro, get ready for the jihadi Muslim anus bombs, because that shit's part of their culture too, I guess. You know, and he tries to release like these gay-ass statements. No one is buying it.
Henry Nowak was kind, thoughtful, and much loved.
And he's dead because of your policy.
Man. And this has understandably been devastating for his parents, for his family, and everybody who knew him. And
he's dead, by the way. Like, I love how the leftist mind is just like, oh, a guy died. Well, that must like be bad mental health for other people. And you know the guy's dead, right? You know he was murdered, right?
I've seen the body cam footage. It's harrowing.
It is harrowing, isn't it? Well, I'm glad you bring that up because we're about to look at it. You know, so this is a statement from the Stand Up to Racism people. We send deepest condolences to the family of Henry Nowak, yada, 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 yada. I don't believe or care what they have to say. Community note, Stand Up Racism protest Harry's vigil while holding signs calling people Nazis. Like, this was you. This was literally you. It's Henry, not Harry. The community note misspelled it. This is them. This is literally them. This is the people saying that they're saddened about condolences for this. They literally organized a protest standing up to racism, literally at the vigil of this guy who was murdered. They hate you and they want you to die. Don't fucking forget it for a second. Elon Musk says, send the video to everyone you know, showing how heinously Nowak was treated by the police in his dying moments and how the police cravenly kowtowed to his murder. Legacy mainstream media, the same one who wrote about George Floyd millions of times, are dead silent about Nowak. And we all know why. So let's watch it, shall we?
Henry Nowak body cam footage is released. Let me let everybody know what's going on.
This is just going to be more censored, so we'll do it with Asmongold's commentary.
Henry Nowak was stabbed by a...
And to think, everyone that knows about this just knows about it because of social media. Not a single mainstream publication reported on this in England or in America. All right, just understand.
Sikh immigrant in Great Britain. They're able to carry their ceremonial dagger. The police were called.
No, that was a migrant. An immigrant is someone that could assimilate. A migrant is someone that stabs you in the street.
The police ignored Henry, arrested Henry, because the Sikh guy said that Henry was being racist after the Sikh stabbed him while they took the other guy out to have him pick out dinner. I'm not even kidding. So this is the body cam footage. It just came out.
He keeps dropping side to side, so I'm just trying to keep him set up.
Alright.
He's got a mouthful of blood, I don't want him...
He was on the bin on the other side of this gate.
He's jumped over these fences and stuff like that. And he's up here.
Move away, mate.
He's obviously... He's fallen from there and he's slipped from there.
There's other shoes left over there.
That's Henry,
What's
I'm
your name,
assuming,
mate?
right?
Huh? Has anyone been hurt other than him?
Yeah, me. He's grabbed my brother, he's took my turban off, started grabbing my head.
Are you injured?
Yeah, I've got swollen eye, little bruises.
Alright, just step back a little bit for me.
Oh, he has a little swollen eye. He has a swollen eye. The other guy's literally bleeding out on the street right now, by the way.
Someone flag these down.
I've been stabbed.
Right, let's get you out of there, shall we?
So he says I've been stabbed.
I was in bed asleep. Whenever just find me up there.
This twice?
I can't breathe.
Grab his other arm.
The reason why he can't breathe is not because he was overdosing on fentanyl like George Floyd, but it's because he was stabbed in the chest and his lungs were filling with blood. By the way,
Happened to you, alright?
Been stabbed.
You've been stabbed? Whereabouts?
look at that. Look at that as they cuff him.
Don't think you have, mate.
Look at that. Oh my God, with the pedicure
real.
fucking hand.
Hand?
This is the look at his hand. Look how white it is. Because he's literally bleeding out, by the way. Dude, this is the worst thing ever.
I can't breathe.
Put the hand in the cuff, mate.
This is like
Saying he's been stabbed, so let's just check him.
Why would the knife do this?
In the face? Oh no, but we have to check, don't we?
Oh, we have to check he's been stabbed?
No.
In the face? Should
No,
we
keep you on your side,
Did I
mate.
just say yeah?
Why wouldn't they
We
call
were set up when
EMS?
we had him here, but you didn't like it. At the moment, you are under arrest. That's for assault, so you do not have to say anything. May harm in defence. If you do not mention when questioned, it's up to which you later rely in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence, alright? It's going to be sick, I think.
He's not responding. You didn't think to call the police?
Look how white his hands are.
Or not the police,
That's
the
what you need to call
EMS?
it.
His pupils aren't even reacting.
Henry Novak's father.
He died. That's the worst thing I've ever seen. That's just unbelievable. It's unbelievable, dude.
Directly calls out disgusting behavior of the police.
We already covered that. You got the point. It's monstrous and demonic that we got to this point in a society where this is just happening. And you know, look, I don't want to be that guy, but this is fucking sucks. And some cultures are inferior, and actually gatekeeping is a good thing. And anyone that's such a pussy that they're afraid of being called a racist to the point that they're going to let this guy bleed out and die, that's not someone that's actually equipped to be part of law enforcement. That's a coward. These words mean nothing, and we're going to tear down every single taboo around them. The West will be restored. Now, believe it or not, there are some good things happening in England. I know this is probably coming as a shock to you, but there actually are some good things. Cenk Uygur was banned from the UK. W, let's go. I've been banned for the UK. I tried to get on a flight to London to attend SSW London to give a speech about Oxford. I've been banned for criticizing Israel. Are we free anymore? This is oppression of Western citizens by our own governments. Actually, you're not British. It's not your own government. On behalf of a different country. Now, to be clear, this has nothing to do with Israel. There is no evidence at all from any source that this is about Israel. He literally made it up. You know, like this is just Cenk Uygur engaging with literally anything. I don't know. Maybe it's because you endorse bestiality on your broadcast, bro. Maybe it's because you support terrorist organizations, dog. Maybe it's because there is a super fan of you who was reacting to all of your videos that literally took the words of the Young Turks to heart and murdered 4 police officers in Baton Rouge in 2016. There are a lot of reasons why I personally wouldn't want you in my country, but unfortunately we have to tolerate you being here for now until someone right-wing enough actually shows up and is like, no, actually we don't want these guys in our country. We're going to deport them. Awesome. Based. Listen, man, you called your show The Young Turks. You can go back to freaking Turkey. All right. Listen, I don't need to do this shit. All right. It's Israel, bro. So this is like his entire talking point. Of course, Hassan Piker was also banned from the UK. W. The UK revoked my visa as well. No, all at the behest of Israel. Again, no evidence for this. Maybe it's because you support the rape of white women and they don't like that anymore in England or something. Maybe England was like, yo, another Muslim that endorses the rape of white women. Maybe that's not cool. We'll get there in a second. Don't worry. Or maybe it's because you support terrorist organizations. The West is betraying liberal values for a genocidal fascist foreign government soon. We will all become Israel. You mean people that don't take shit and blow up terrorists that try to kill them? Based? People with strong border laws that deport people if they invade the country illegally? People that kill terrorists that have been raping them? Increase the birth rate from 1.6 children per woman to 3.2 children per woman? Damn, that's crazy. Anyway, Israel W. What can I say? The UK revoked my visa as well at the behest of Israel. What can I say? What can I say? -2 jihadis in England. Listen, man, all I can say is I'm a simple man. I'm a simple man, but Netanyahu, if you can hear me, all I have to say is you are the first person to stop brown terrorists from entering England. Colossal W, my guy. Colossal W. What can I say? Anyway, of course, Cenk Uygur crying about it constantly, how Israel is doing it.
Who can you not criticize? You can't criticize the king, right? That's the gravest offense.
Yo, true. Yo.
But apparently, I can criticize the king.
Oh.
I can criticize the UK.
Oh.
I just can't criticize the actual king, Israel. Wait, is that anti-Semitic? But you just did it. You just did it. Are you going to say that it's anti-Semitic to report the thing you just did? Banning me because the most powerful...
Who takes this shit seriously? He wasn't banned because of Israel. 20-minute long compilation of Hassan Piker endorsing terrorism. It's the most insane reply I've ever seen. Bro, dude.
How could you say something against Israel? Israel is the Jewish state, the greatest state of all, right?
Look how fucking sweaty this pig is. Oh my god. No, in my opinion, it's funny how he's like, you can't criticize Israel. He has an entire show that just criticizes Israel. It's honestly insane. And by the way, notice the RT in the corner. This is being pushed by Russian state media. As we will get to a little bit later. All right, so Piers Morgan, this is Piers Morgan when the left is banned from the UK. And by the left, I mean terrorist supporters, right? What? This is ridiculous. All right, this is Piers Morgan when someone right-wing was banned from the UK.
Are a disgusting Islamophobic bigot that hates 2 billion people on this planet simply because of their religion.
They hate me too.
And shame on you.
They hate people
shame
like
on
me.
You.
They hate
You
people
won't-
like you.
you
They
won't-
hate people
you
like
won't-
your wife.
You're only back.
I promise we don't hate you.
You're only back on this program. You're only back on this program because you were banned from my country. I say good on you, Home Secretary.
Because my
You're a more
message-
decent person
because my
than
message
Valentina Gomez
resonates,
could ever
Piers.
dream of being.
All right, so criticize Islam. Criticize Islam. Get banned. We have to get you out. All right. Support bestiality and terrorism. What? This is ridiculous. Dude, it's just so good. All right, so Piers Morgan draws the line on people being banned from the UK. Eva Vladerbinger-Brock, nothing. Ezra Levant, nothing. Don Keith, nothing. Valentina Gomez celebrates her being banned. The guy who wants to legalize bestiality. What? This is ridiculous.
Giving. I believe that I am going. If I were the the benevolent dictator of the world, I would legalize bestiality where you are giving. Where you are pleasuring the animal. You see what I'm saying? Okay. Okay. Now why? Why did that happen? It's the dumbest thing I've said.
It really is the dumbest thing you said.
Anyway, he spends the next 2 minutes defending it. Look, man, we don't need to get involved. The point is, Muslim wants to defend bestiality. I personally am shocked and appalled. I am as shocked as Keir Starmer was when a Muslim did a thing. Anyway, so listen, man. This guy says they've been banning people for speech for years, and Pierce loved it. True, by the way. All right, they're arresting people for free speech. Thousands of people a year getting arrested for Facebook posts. Now he complains because it's Cenk, his regular guest. Not true. I openly support banning people who advocate violence or spew hateful bigotry against people based on ethnicity, religion. Where has Cenk done that?
How could you say something against Israel?
I love this
Israel is the Jewish state, the greatest state of all.
I love this fucking clip. He's got fucking sweat flicking off his face. Unbelievable. All right. Note that the UK government banned 2 of American citizens. They have the right. They're a sovereign nation. I don't know. Not because they criticized or worked against the interests of the UK. It was because of Israel. Bro, it's crazy that they believe this. It's crazy that people are buying this. So Michael Knowles rightly stated, the UK also banned 2 senior members of the Israeli government and threatened to arrest Netanyahu if he set foot on British soil. You know, in fact, I'm pretty sure there's over 11 journalists from Israel that were banned from entering the UK also because they claim that they're, you know, supporting the Zionist regime, the genocide, the pretendicide against the Palestinians. They keep starting wars and losing, you know, those guys, because it's completely conquered by Muslims, basically. So, you know, average day on Twitter.
Damn you Jews! I was eating Cheerios this morning and I had one that wasn't a perfect circle.
It's the fucking Jews trying to brainwash me again.
Bro.
Man, my cat went to use the litter box but just pissed outside of it.
The Jews came in here in the middle of the night,
Burglarized my cat's bladder and changed the trajectory of its pee to my floor.
Jews!
It's literally Hassan Piker every single day. Now, just to be clear, Hassan Piker blamed the Jews on him zapping his own dog. I don't think people are even remotely aware of the level of retard we're dealing with. Pro-Palestinian streamer Hassan Piker and uncle say Britain's government barred them from entering the country over the criticism of Israel. I love how CNN is calling him pro-Palestinian America. He literally supports terrorism. He openly supports terrorism. Every single terrorist organization. And Asmongold had the correct take about this, actually, because, oh, but you wanted them to pay because of freedom of speech. I think every single nation has the right to decide who enters their country. I don't even know why this is controversial at all. This has nothing to do with freedom of speech. This is literally a country making decisions based on the best outcome for their country. I, as an American, would not want Hassan Piker or Cenk Uygur in America. Well, so I don't blame England for not wanting them. Are we kidding? Like, come on, dude. They have both made America worse. Single-handedly, they made America worse.
Whenever you're a big organization like this, you can't do anything. Like it's literally the government just says you can't come in here, right? I mean, like they don't want to start trouble with the government. Like why would they get behind you whenever it's a reality that he's made a number of other Hassan has said that, like raping white women is like harm reduction.
They get to literally farm tickets off of my likeness to be like, "Oh, you want to come listen to Hassan?"
A lot of people don't remember he said that. That's so weird. Like I covered in my videos. Maybe that's where Asmongold found it.
These millionaire, billionaire, WASP fail sons, at least taking them out of other colleges so they can only do date rape to other billionaire, millionaire failed daughters is like, in some respects, from a utilitarian perspective, of course, a little bit better. You know what I mean? Like taking these guys.
That's a fucking insane thing to say, by the way.
So whenever I said that, he's talking about rapes that happened in a college, and he said that the reason why it's a utilitarian lesser evil because the rapes are happening to other rich white people. He's directly saying that it is a harm reduction that white women are being raped instead of other women. If you watch this...
Muslim endorses the rape of white women. Man, I'm surprised they didn't get him 2 tickets to England. That's crazy.
And you support this, like, that is crazy. This is a person that literally says you getting raped is somehow harm reduction.
By the way, when I first published that clip, all right, just to be clear, of the Hassan Piker doing that shit, talking about the date rape stuff, all right, Asmongold at the time was still being generous to Hassan. And I told my entire audience, and you could go back to my old videos on Hassan. I pioneered this entire genre. And you could look, and you'll see that I said, give Asmongold a couple of months. He will get radicalized on Hassan. Because he's fucking evil, actually. And he's part of a death cult.
A spokesperson for South by Southwest London said, we're aware of the Cenk Uygur and Hassan Piker unable to travel to the UK. Following a decision by the Home Office, they will therefore not be participating in South by Southwest London program this year. Decisions on entry to the UK are a matter for the Home Office and the individuals concerned. South by Southwest London's role is to convene a broad range of diverse voices and perspectives. We remain focused on delivering a program this week, fostering open dialogue and exchange of ideas, featuring more than 800 speakers, artists, and screenings. So this is what he was crashing out on.
That's a perfectly normal statement. It's like, yo, we don't decide who enters the country. We would host you if you were here, but we don't decide who enters the country. The British government decided they were a threat for some reason, didn't let them enter the country. That's not their problem.
This is not, this is simply being done because of my criticisms of Israel and Cenk's criticisms.
Isn't it crazy that these people have made all the anti-Israel people look like retards? You think that it has to do with anti-Israel?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, bro.
Everything is Israel. It's all Israel.
That's right.
This is not even a conversation
Welcome
on like
to the
whether.
psyop.
So this is the
Welcome to the infinite psyop, and so many retards fell for the third world propaganda.
Problem, right? Is like you can't even address any of the actual concerns people have.
That's right.
Like you can't even. This is one of the I think this is one of the best ways that you can look at like why he's a bullshitter, is because he's not able to accurately summarize and approach and react to
anything,
the responses and the feedback that he's getting from people.
About anything, by the way. Dude, he literally said that the outrage for him shocking his dog was because of Israel. I'm not even kidding. Like that's the level of retard we're dealing with. A special level of retard. Bro, I thought Trump derangement syndrome was bad. TDS? Bro, IDS is fucking crazy. Israel derangement syndrome is insane. All right, so here we got this guy. All right.
I would love to do that. again, you guys have to reach out to them as well. Put it in their chat, spam their chat when they're on live. Yo, Kyrie wants to reach out. Kyrie's reaching out to you. Kyrie's reaching out to you. I would love to sit down with Hassan. Would love to sit down with a lot of our generational leaders.
Kyrie, you know, anti-Israel, whatever. He would love to sit down with Hassan and stuff. And Hassan's like, oh my God, Kyrie Irving, you would be an honor. All right, so Hassan Piker is super happy, making friends over the, I guess, dislike of Israel. Except, interestingly enough, this was Hassan Piker just 2-3 years ago.
Let's watch what Kyrie Irving had to say on his recent social media post. It's just like he thinks he's so right. And he is so fucking full of shit. They're asking him why he fucking posted an anti-Semitic documentary. And he's like, instead of being like, oh, I didn't know it was like that. He's like, no, it's just unspoken truths about our history.
But I'm promoting it.
Bro, you are such a pussy, dude. This is such bitch-made shit. Nobody wants to take accountability. It's so funny. It's like, bro, you loved it when you were posting it. You loved it just now when you were defending it. But now all of a sudden when people are like, why are you promoting this shit? He's like, I'm not promoting it.
Do you see me in front of the...
This is awesome. I love dumb guy debates. Let's watch.
Right, so, oh my God, Kyrie Irving, it'd be an honor. He literally stands for nothing. He literally stands for absolutely nothing. It's crazy. So Candace Owens, another foreign operative in my opinion, the Christian expression and heritage here in Russia is unmatched. Unsurprisingly, they are lying to us about Russia. Russia, which by the way, has one of the highest rates of, get ready, divorce and abortion in the world. And also the fastest growing Muslim population in the entire Christian world. So I can't believe Candace Owens is supporting Russia now. That's crazy. But I thought they were against Israel because Israel was killing Palestinian children. But you're okay with Russia killing Ukrainian children? It's pretty weird. Marjorie Trader Green, another anti-Trump guy who's entered the podcast sphere. Wonderful to see. Thank you for sharing the truth for all to see. We should be friends, allies, and trading partners with Russia and much friendlier to the rest of the world. And keep our tax dollars at home to be spent for Americans. Stay out of foreign wars. What? All right, so Irina Mapin, who's an agent of the Russian state. Dear Candace, I am so deeply touched by your impression of Moscow. You are connected to spirit of Russia. I am so sorry we are not there with you. Russia is most natural ally to United States, and you have opportunity. Show it to American people. If this is the most obvious fucking psyop on the planet. Literally the most obvious psyop on the planet. We got Candace Owens out there shilling for Russia now, bro. Literally going down the Tucker Carlson route. Unsurprisingly, they are lying to us about Russia. Candace Owens, after seeing Russia's Christian heritage firsthand. Posted by literally Russian state media. Literally Russian state media. The same Russian state media, by the way, that's posting Cenk Uygur is the same Russian state media that is posting Candace Owens. It's so fucking obvious. It's the most obvious psyop of all time. This is literally a gigantic foreign interference trying to destroy our nation because America's fucking awesome. We're the greatest culture in the history of the world, and they hate it, and they're trying to destroy us, and they're doing it by basically weaponizing our retards. All right? Look how insane this is. A compilation of Candace Owens' greatest hits as a pro-Russian propagandist mouthpiece.
I have no issues with Putin as a leader because I know that our leaders have definitely probably murdered a lot more innocent civilians than Putin ever has.
That's right. We're probably worse than Putin.
The Western media, I would argue, is more propagandist than the Eastern media. I'm not even kidding. Putin, dictator. And it's like, guys, have you figured it out yet that our press lies about everything? Russia bad, Putin evil. The Western press is trying to convince you, as they always do, that Vladimir Putin is just a crazy dictator. I don't care about Ukraine at all. I want to be very clear, and I harbor a lot of disgust. Ukraine.
I don't care about Palestinians at all. I don't care about Palestine. Oh, but I'm evil if I say that, right? Is that how it works? I'm just trying to understand.
Zelensky's a Bolshevik. He's mass murdering Christians. Immediately, from the very beginning, we're always lying about what was happening between Ukraine and Russia.
Dude, I fucking hate Zelensky. But what are we doing?
Foreign nation that has nothing to do with America. There's always been a laundromat for the military-industrial complex. That is what Ukraine
You think that our tensions with Russia are all just completely invented?
is. What's happening in Ukraine is what has happened in Ukraine before. There's nothing new under the sun. It is a Christian genocide. They are intentionally mass murdering men in an unwinnable war. I will not be supporting the collapse of another Christian nation. I absolutely refuse to support what's happening, and I'm not going to allow Russia. You don't have to support Vladimir Putin, but I will not support the mass killing of Russian Christians. A genocide of Christian men that's happening. And there is no question that we are the agitators of it. Their job is to convince the West.
We are the agitators in Putin declaring war on Ukraine?
Western world that this is really happening because of big evil Russia, and not because they have more Machiavellian plans afoot there. Russia has a smaller GDP than California, okay? They are not trying to expand and...
They have a smaller GDP than California because they're fucking communists. What are we doing here? They're not trying to expand. Yeah, tell Ukrainians.
Recreate the Soviet Union. That's a nonsense. The threat is the European Union, okay? The threat is the globalist state. We are everything that the Soviet Union aspired to be. The military-industrial complex, because they have plans to invade Russia, okay? Wake up. This is not a conspiracy. Russia is not in Mexico. They're not in Canada. I don't care. I want nothing to do with this nonsense. You think Putin bad? Putin said a lot of very interesting things when he sat down with Tucker, but of the most interest, perhaps, was his resolve that the world was moving away from Western hegemony, that countries would no longer allow the United States to just bully them with sanctions into certain positions that they don't agree with. This hatred for Russia is nonsensical. I grew up with Russians, and they were, first and foremost, like the hardest workers in terms of their schoolwork, extremely good values. They are definitely people that bring forth all of the classics in America, and I'm talking about their contributions in terms of music and the arts, in terms of ballet, are so ridiculous when on the topic of
Russians have enhanced America because of ballet.
Russia. It's like Russia. We gotta be afraid. I'm not afraid of Russia, okay? I have an understanding that they have a smaller GDP than California. This whole idea that they're trying to recreate the Soviet Union is a nonsense. It is propaganda. It is stupid. It is beyond stupid. It is literally just a way to keep people fearful. It is CIA propaganda, because what's really happening is we're expanding into their territory, guys. And I'm glad that
How does anyone take this seriously? I don't cover Candace Owens a lot because she's just retarded, but like, this is insane. This is crazy.
I'm able to use my platform in that capacity to make people consider their own.
That I can use my platform as Russian propaganda.
Programming against Russians. And I would love to visit Russia. I would love to.
No one hates Russians like the people, all right? That's not the issue. You know, Russia first, ladies and gentlemen. It's honestly insane. All the retards that are backstabbing Trump and shit, every single one of them just becomes a foreigner shill. Andrew Tate also decided to go to Russia at the same time as Candace Owens. This is Andrew Tate arriving in Russia. Like, bro, what are we even doing here? Like, this is crazy. Andrew Tate, who, by the way, is a really good friend of Candace Owens. Andrew Tate, who, by the way, is besties with Candace Owens' husband. By the way, all right, like, you can't make this shit up. It's a big fucking party of foreign influence. It's insane. Russia launched 656 drones and 73 missiles into Ukraine last night, hitting multiple civilian targets. Zero outrage, zero outcry. No one cares. Literally, none of these people that make believe they care about civilians dying in whatever the fuck, Gaza, okay, or Lebanon, these two places that literally started wars and lost, let's be clear. Everyone that's crying about that shit, no one gives a fuck about Russians killing Ukrainians. It's baffling and shocking, like, ridiculously. Oh my God, I can't believe Trump is attacking Iran, who has directly threatened to nuke us. I can't believe he's actually doing that because innocent people might die. Also, Russia's fucking awesome. Man, I love Russia. Putin's just so good. CIA propaganda that makes you hate Putin. Understand, we are in the middle of a massive, massive psyop, and the retards are trying their absolute best to convince us. But all I have to say is thank you, Jews. Thanks, Jews. Thanks, Jews, for getting the first two Muslims ever refused entry into England, and it was all because of the Jews. So I guess maybe the Jews are fucking awesome, actually. Rare Jew W, what can I say? Now, Muslims are having probably the worst day I think I've ever seen them have. I'm not gonna lie. Every day, it just gets worse for these guys. We got the gigantic inquiry in Parliament regarding the Pakistani gangs that have been doing relatively uncouth things to Christian children throughout all of England. We got those guys crashing out. We got migrants in England on notice. All right, we got LA getting cleaned up. We're getting a Republican mayor. Hassan Piker and Cenk Uygur banned from England, and Sneeko losing his mind. Sneeko says, whenever shit hits the fan, the only people that have my back are Muslims. Not the people closest to me, not my content creator friends. They are present when times are good and disappear when bad. But no matter what, The sheikhs and Dawa bros are by my side. Real brotherhood. I love how Dawa bros literally just means propagandists, and he just says it anyway. And Nick Fuentes says, what the So the funny thing is, Nick Fuentes has always been out there. Look, I like covering this, all right? This is my favorite thing, all right? I watch these guys eat each other alive. It's honestly incredible. So Nick Fuentes is obviously upset because Nick Fuentes had Sneako's back a lot about all sorts of things. All right, Sneako, who in my opinion is a 80 IQ dumbass from freaking Haiti who hates our country and is pro the Islamic takeover of the world. And then we have Nick Fuentes, who's radically pro-American. Which, I mean, to be fair, I am too, except I actually blame some of the faults on America on leftists, whereas he doesn't. He actually doesn't think leftists are the problem. He thinks it's just the Jews. Is there overlap? Potentially, but anyway, we can move on. So Nick Fuentes is really mad at Sneako because Sneako stabbed him in the back like a dozen times.
If Sneako
like Muslims, that was a joke.
Loves the third world so much, why doesn't he go there?
Great
why
question.
doesn't he just... Someone needs to say it.
What's going on?
Hey, pal.
We got every single one of these fuckers. Like, I love how like Nick Fuentes is so shocked by this. Dog, every single Islamist immigrant, all of them, they come in and then they're like, man, I really wish we could turn Los Angeles into fucking Bangladesh. Man, I really wish we could somehow, if we could turn New York into Mecca too, that would be freaking awesome. Brothers, so go back. Go back. Listen, they all do this, every single one of them, because they just want to conquer your countries and turn them into the shitholes that they came from. That's literally the goal. That's the stated goal.
You got a big chip on your shoulder. You're another guy that hates white people. I was going to say, you're another one of these guys that hates white people, hates America. Hey, man, if Islam is so great, go fucking live in a country where they got Sharia law.
Yeah, do it.
Here's an idea.
Agreed.
Here's a little piece of advice. If Islam is so enlightened and the West is so decadent and degenerate and evil, and if we got it all wrong about Haiti and everything like that, man, passport will get you anywhere. Plane tickets are cheap now. Go there before we have this energy crunch. Before we run out of jet plane fuel, why don't you buy a ticket to Haiti? Why don't you buy a ticket?
Because he wants to take over your country. Don't you understand? So Sneako then says, dropping my first documentary on the year of my main on the main channel, Sneako today, ready to die. Might be my best work ever. He made like 12 tweets basically talking about this. It was pretty incredible. Also, happy Pride Month, Sneako. Sneako's gay. So happy Pride Month, Sneako. Gay Muslim, listen, there is a path. There is a path. They do say that if you have gay sex for the purpose of extending your rectum so that you can insert explosives in there for jihad, that it is still a noble cause. So never fear, Sneako. Allah has a plan for you. Now, whenever I see a Muslim saying ready to die, I immediately, look, man, it's a stereotype, you know, it's a stereotype, but you got to start asking questions of like what the plan is here. So anyway, he does this new documentary. Everyone's talking about it. It's so exciting. It's truly incredible. So he makes a new documentary. Of course, before we actually watch his documentary, which is cinema. I've seen a clip from it. And it's cinema. This was Nick Fuentes' response. There is trouble in paradise. There is trouble in paradise. It seems like the bros that were literally bonded purely because of their collective hatred for Jewish people, they have decided, you know what? Maybe actually we don't have similar values. Nick Fuentes hates Jewish people because of organized Jewry, basically trying their absolute best to control the United States and stuff. Sneako hates Jewish people because Palestinians keep losing wars against them. You know, listen, let's be real. Your values don't align, actually. You know.
Crazy. Thank you for the big super chat. Yeah, it's
Braden
crazy.
Kellogg sent $100. Sneako has been working overtime hiding Bro Iper's replies on his tweets. Here's my new Muslim documentary ready to die, as if that wasn't already the thing.
Ready to die, yeah. I almost called the police, dude. It got me scared.
That's right.
It got
Listen,
me nervous. Man. When Sneako keeps saying ready to die, I'm like calling the New York Counterterrorism Department. I'm like, you got to keep an eye on this guy, man. Ready to die.
Listen, man. Nick Fuentes over here, or as I should call him, Mossad agent Shlomo Fuentes. He's one step away. You're going to see. Because all he really wants, his actual politics basically are, and he isn't there yet, but he'll get there. His actual politics are, he just wants America to treat, like, American Christians the same way Israel treats Jews. You know, strong border, deport the other guys, kill the guys that are trying to kill you, and increase the birth rate. I don't know, stuff like that. That's basically what he wants. Like, let's be real. Some sort of actual identity where Christian identity is actually the founding fundamental part of American life. That's literally what he wants.
Yeah, who even cares? The shit sucks. Like, can we just be honest that the shit sucks?
That's rough, buddy. So we got to see. We got to see. He's been working for this for a year on this, all right? He got 60,000 views in a day. Oh, my God. I love how astroturfed and botted these people are. These people are, like, actually irrelevant. He's like, oh, my God, his tweet got, like, a bajillion likes from Pakistan. He must be, bro, can't pull 60K views on a YouTube video? Miserable.
See, I'm ready to die, and nobody can
ready to die.
Me, fuck the world, fuck my...
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. This is going to be...
That Home Affairs Minister Tony Burke's department has let a blatant anti-Semite
I remember this. They deported Sneeko from Australia.
into the country.
Oh, you're so likable.
This is Nicholas Ken Debelinthase, better known by his online name, Sneeko.
All right, he's ready to die.
Every day and every night.
He's an American YouTuber and social media personality. His ideology seems to be a confused mix of Islamist extremism and neo-Nazi.
W, let's go.
Say hi, wave.
He's considered one of the most anti-Semitic influencers.
Oh boy.
No more.
And pay attention over here. That's where he gets the shit kicked out of him in New York City.
No more.
Right now, he's here already in Australia.
What did he do in Australia? Oh, he literally went to pay his respects to a convicted terrorist. Any such cases. Wow. Look how artistic this is. This is literally crack if you're a Pakistani. Wow. I am 13 and this is so deep. Oh, that's where he got his tooth chipped because someone beat the shit out of him. Alright, get ready. Took him a year to make this video. This video.
I wanna love you. I wanna love and treat you right.
Now, explain this. How was he given a visa when he's been banned from multiple social media platforms? These are the kinds of people the Albanese government is letting in Australia.
Fuck Sneeko.
1 hour after someone paid to attack and pepper spray me, I wiped the poison out.
There's no way that's how he starts.
Fuck Sneeko.
1 hour after someone paid to attack and pepper spray me, I wiped the...
No one was paid to attack and pepper spray him. He has no evidence for this, by the way. Just to be clear, someone punched him in New York City and left, and he has no evidence. They never caught the guy. They say that he was a homeless guy. They have no idea who it was. He was not. There's no evidence that he was paid or anything like that. This is his little... Oh, by the way, Sneeko says that he must have been paid by Mossad to punch him. You think the Mossad is paying a hobo to punch you in the street? Like, that's gonna fucking do anything? Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Bro, I almost feel bad for this guy. Low IQ dude. He thinks the Mossad is paying hobos in New York to beat him up. Scared out of his mind, making him believe he's ready to die. Dude, like every single time. Oh my God. Yeah, never forget, he was pro BLM. He was a gay porn star. All right, he watches gay porn.
But like when I was like 14, I thought I was gay. I watched gay porn.
Yeah, devout Muslim guy, devout Muslim. Or dude, people don't want to talk about this. He interviewed a Christian guy in Israel. Like and he was like, "Oh my God, a Christian guy in Israel."
Oh, yeah, I can hear you. Oh, okay. What's it like living as a Christian in Israel?
Super fun.
What do they think about Jesus?
Who?
Israel.
Everyone I met, they were amazed that there are Arabs who are Christian.
Yeah.
That's the first thing.
Yeah.
They think all Christians are, American or European.
Oh, you work in a TV studio.
I work in sales.
Oh, you work in sales. They don't spit on you?
No, they don't.
Oh, okay.
Bro's just so disappointed. He's like, but all the propaganda said that the Jews hated Christians. Forget all the fucking Muslim countries where they just literally genocide Christians all the time, and the Christian population in every single Islamic country is decreasing rapidly. The only Christian population that's actually increasing in the Middle East is in Israel. Forget all about that. But the Jews, they're supposed to hate you. Bro, I feel bad for this guy. He's literally a walking L. It's insane. It's honestly crazy. All right, we got to
Poison out.
Spent a year on this documentary. We got to go into this with an open mind, okay?
Went live again.
Blood on my fingers.
2 hours later, I flew to Malaysia, and in the morning, I met the Prime Minister.
Stay behind me, stay behind me.
Malaysia, wow.
Halfway across the globe with world leaders, but 5 blocks from my birthplace, I have to be ready to die.
If you see Sneeko in New York.
Where are you from?
I'm from New York. Ooh, where are you from? Malaysia, nice. 6'7".
When the plane landed, the blood on my sweatpants was dry. Nothing was going to stop the Southeast Asia tour. Malaysia, Indonesia, and the Philippines. My new favorite country, the one most lied about, and my maternal homeland. Australia was not a part of the plan, obviously, but I'll get to that later.
All right, let's see how it went.
Okay, is there any questions that you have? Your brother, the Warner, is here, and also I'm here with my brother, Sneeko. The one and only, man. Yes, sir, man. We out here in Malaysia. We're about to have a great time. We're very excited to meeting each and every single one of you.
All right, so what happened?
And I look forward to seeing.
So what happened? Is this documentary all about things that he like wanted to do? I went on 3 vacations. It was awesome.
You guys at the podcast on Friday, and hope I don't miss any of you guys, and make sure you guys attend.
The first stop in Malaysia was the dentist. I heard the Prime Minister banned entry for Israelis, and you simply cannot meet a hero with a missing tooth.
Yo, they banned Israelis? This country's sick now. Man, I love Malaysia now.
DMX sounds like a rapper. A little bit like
My phone was demanding answers. Who was the attacker? Was that staged? Are you traumatized? I could not.
Get ready, because apparently he thinks Nick Fuentes ordered the hit on him, working with the Mossad.
Sleep and my eyes stung. I overslept and a concussion came. It's impossible to process information with this many people to meet and cameras in your face.
Hey.
Yeah, you look at his face. It's because he's around barbarians.
No, I'm good.
Come on, bro. Huh?
Try one, man.
Oh yeah, okay, I'll take one.
Do you have a 777?
You have a rag? I would like a rag, please.
Look at this rag.
You got his own rag. Cool. See that?
The NYPD detective called and I yelled. My mother called and I hung up.
So brave. The way he doesn't honor his mother. What a goat. That's my G. Ready to die.
What was there
to honor his mother?
Say? Malaysia understands patience. Either adapt to their frame or become hyper aware of your erraticism.
No, they have VR machines in Malaysia? Wow. Oh my god. This is the gayest documentary I've ever seen.
Sorry.
They value simplicity. The world could be
in other words, they don't have shit.
Crumbling and Malaysians could find comfort.
Native American and Peruvian.
Back home, the media was celebrating the attack as if they had it orchestrated. The detective...
As if they had it orchestrated. He's such a fucking loser. Oh my... There's still no evidence this was orchestrated.
Back home, the media was celebrating the...
Attention-seeking manosphere influencer Sneeko thrown to ground by stranger during live stream in New York. This is just true. No celebrations. This is just objectively true.
Attack as if they had it orchestrated.
Oh my god.
The detectives ignored every call, and I was filled with a rage that would have consumed me outside Malaysia.
This is one of the...
Malaysia saved him. Bro, move to Malaysia.
Most beautiful bodies I've ever seen, so I'm a little bit shocked right now.
If your death is already determined, there's no use in fearing it.
Wow. Wow. So true. So true. Like everyone crashing out about Palestinians dying. It was literally predetermined, bro. Literally. It was predetermined they would start a war and lose. Like, what are we doing? Like, bro, he is like, actually, this is crack for third worlders. This video's shit so far, by the way. I just want to make this clear.
My brother Sneeko, and guess what? We out here in Malaysia, all due to faith events. Big shout out to faith events. They came out Showed us a great time. And alhamdulillah, how'd you like your time out here in Malaysia?
It was pretty good.
Amazing.
Out of 10, I would give it a 6, 7.
Spent a year working on this documentary, by the way.
No, big shout out to Faith Events. I appreciate you guys dearly, and hope to see you guys soon, inshallah.
Thanks so much to Faith Events. Appreciate it. Nice. You take. I'd almost forgotten how much I love
Prince of Whore? That's crazy.
football and completely forgotten the anger. When my eyes stopped stinging, the clarity settled. Halfway across the world, why am I met with love but hated by the powers that be at home?
This is the new motto.
Because you're literally a shiller for Islamic terrorism. Why do the Islamic terrorists like me, but the Americans don't? I can't understand. This guy's literally defending the IRGC. He is pro-Iran. Hello. Listen, even the Americans that don't want us at war with Iran aren't supporting Iran to kill our troops like you do. It's unbelievable. Like, this is the most fake deep shit I've ever seen in my life.
No more unity. My new message, fuck unity.
Honestly, yeah. Yes. I do not support unity with terrorists and third world jihadists, actually. All right, I guess the retard alliance isn't going very well.
And if you see Sneeko in New York, I want you to tell him on my behalf, tell him fuck you.
Wait. So I pay attention, obviously, to the, as they call themselves, the anti-Semite community. And this might be one of the most disingenuous edits I've ever seen in my life, all right? As someone who very much appreciates the high IQ anti-Semitism and absolutely despises the low IQ anti-Semitism, I have to say, with a whole heart, this clip of Nick Fuentes was after. This was like a month after Sneeko got hit. This was after Sneeko backstabbed him. All right, this Sneeko video that got 60,000 views in a day, because he's irrelevant. This video implies that Nick Fuentes caused the guy to assault him, but this clip was after. This is the most disingenuous shit I've seen in my life.
Million, with 90% of them practicing Islam. Its existence alone destroys the propaganda.
What? It is the propaganda. Yes, you want 90% of your people to actually live in a homogenous society with overlapping religion. Yeah, actually, we do want that, generally speaking. Yes. Actually, yes. So yeah, 90% Jews in Israel, 90% Christians in America. That's exactly what people want. Absolutely. What are we even talking about? Muslims started in Arabia. How did they end up there? How did they end up there? Oh, because they're colonizers.
Way. Only a third world country in comparison to the romantic idea of America.
No, it's a third world country because they have multiple terrorist organizations and human rights crises all the time, and they marry children. That's why they're a third world country, actually.
I wanted to scream at the Indonesians who spoke with jealousy about us. They have no idea what they have.
Terrorism. You know, Indonesia is the home of multiple terror organizations.
We tried it, it didn't work. Now it's on site. So Sneeko, greenlit. Now
this is after. All right. This video is seemingly implying that Nick Fuentes got this guy, Nick Fuentes, allied up with Mossad, his Mossad handlers, to beat up Sneeko. But that is literally not true. Like, this happened afterwards.
You recall, Sneeko really put me on when he had really nothing to benefit.
Yeah, and then you backstabbed you just like he backstabs everyone else. Dude, people that don't pay attention, I pay attention to all these internet freaks because I have no choice but to do it for a living. Sneeko backstabs everybody. He was in Mr. Beast video. He backstabbed Mr. Beast. He backstabbed Keemstar. He backstabbed Andrew Schultz. Okay, he backstabbed Nick Fuentes. He backstabs everybody, actually.
And it cost him significantly.
My friend Warner suggested Australia, but I was dead set on fulfilling a lifelong dream. Returning to the Philippines for the first time since George Bush was the president. I had this fantasy that the Philippines is where I would finally be accepted amongst my people. Maybe I would finally see what it's like to not be an outsider. I haven't been back here since I was 8 years old, and I didn't know Manila was gonna be like, I don't know, I thought it was different than Bangkok. Going back to the capital, Manila, was like finally getting to date your dream girl, only to realize it was just a dream.
Yeah, shithole. All these places are shitholes. They all suck. They all suck, actually. Listen, I don't want to be rude here, but they're actually just all suck. They're bad. These places, what do you want me to say? After 1,400 years of inbreeding, they have produced retarded populations that have created shitty infrastructure and a shitty society, with overloading amounts of health crises and poverty issues and terrorism and shit like that. And what am I supposed to say? Yeah.
Too big. I don't even belong. I don't even belong. I don't even belong. I don't need nothing, man.
Being an American is like being an asshole.
Like, you kind of look like me.
Everyone knows one immediately.
Am I looking into it too much? I don't know. You know what? I have the need to belong somewhere, you know? Is this my...
Bro has no dad. Immediately wants to belong somewhere. Maybe Andrew Tate will be his dad, backstabs him. Maybe Nick Fuentes will be his dad, backstabs him. Maybe Mr. Beast will be his dad, backstabs him.
Belonging? Is this... Perhaps. I don't know. Hey, hello, dude. That's where I belong, you know?
The south of the Philippines is where people made sense to me.
No way! No way, Zambonga, or however it's pronounced. This place is literally considered domestic terrorists by the United States of America. Right? Hold up. I'm not making that up. Let me look this. I have to look this shit up.
These are the people that fought conversion from the Spanish Empire for 300 years until they gave up and went home. This is where the true Filipino culture was maintained, demonized by the media so much.
The true Filipino culture, bro. The true Filipino culture is just the terrorist area. No. No! Oh my god. You've got to be kidding me, man. You've got to be kidding me, dude. Are we serious?
The South is...
Travel advisories from the US, UK, Canada, Australia, etc. warn of terrorism, kidnapping, and crime risks as of 2026. Multiple bombing campaigns, hundreds killed. Bro, you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying, man? Like, let's be real here.
On the American Travel Advisory for Terrorism.
Exactly. Oh my, it's propaganda. Yeah, America really desperately needs the CIA to convince you that Zambonga is actually a fucking horrible place to be.
Is it yours? Here. Come here.
But of course, they do not tell you the truth.
Oh, you mean because they don't do terrorism against Muslims? Got it. Bro, you should move to Zambonga. All right, they all love you there, bro. It's a place where you'll belong.
I don't see it.
You're from the Philippines. You love the Philippines. Zambonga's the place, bro.
Hello.
There I met a childhood hero in Manny Pacquiao, but time is still better spent on the fishing village.
Hello. Look at these people. Hey.
They probably dream of life in the West the same way we dream of life away from it all.
Stop.
I don't dream of life away from it all. What are we talking about?
Are you hungry?
This guy just hates America, by the way. Like, I hope you realize, coming installed in the playbook of converting to Islam is also a hatred of America, it seems. I don't know what to tell you. Like, Exhibit A.
Okay, but give it to the other kids too, okay?
Yeah.
You promise?
Yeah, I promise. I'm engaging my sister. Shout out in Philippines. Shout out in PBA player. Big show like up show. Shout out up show 3. Bro, my friend. Up show.
Up show.
Yeah.
Up show.
Yeah, up show. It's me over here.
Up show. Up show right here in Manila.
Yeah, in Manila. Yeah, over here in my hood.
In the hood, man.
It took him a year to make this video where he just basically goes to different countries and be like, whoa, there's a restaurant in this country. Whoa.
Your brother lives in the hood?
Huh?
Your brother?
Brother?
Yeah.
Yeah, you my kuya.
Yeah.
Good to meet you, bro.
Exhausted from weeks of streaming, I agreed to a pit stop in Australia to meet friends and do podcasts that were never released.
I wanna love you.
Some guy in the airport says like, "Oh, you're in Australia, man." Like he just comes up and let me take a video. You're chill, cunt, dude.
I wanna love you and treat you right.
Inspired by the fishing villagers, I went offline.
I wanna love you.
Our suitcases were still in the car when we stopped to attend a funeral.
How do you feel like
you're a terrorist? Let's not mention that.
Thinking that one day you too will be in the back of a hearse and maybe your loved ones will be in the back of the car, exactly like...
Oh my god. You mean that one day you're gonna die? Wow. That is so profound.
Right now, what we're doing.
I am someone who thinks about death constantly, so
Makes sense. You're part of that religion.
shocking to me.
Is this love? Is this love? Is this
For the record, I don't hate Muslims or anything. I just hate the ones that practice Islam the way that Islam seems like it wants to be practiced.
Someone with Sneako's history lands in Australia. Australians are entitled to ask who he's meeting, what he's doing here, and why Tony Burke's department let him in at all.
What better a reminder that life is only complicated until you're covered in dirt?
I guess, because that's not life. So what you're saying is life is complicated. Because once you're covered in dirt, you're not alive anymore. So that's not life. Look, I feel bad to pick apart this video because this is probably like actual crack for Pakistanis.
I've got to know, got to know, got to know
It's radical hate preachers whose visas have only been cancelled after a public outcry. That's simply not good.
You don't want me as a friend? You don't want to collab? Oh, I'm just all about the drama? Fuck you.
Somehow they found out
I could superimpose myself being like friendly over the audio of a guy I backstabbed saying that I suck. Wow. Doesn't he look bad?
in Australia, and the media did what they do best.
Clip Sneeko also threatened to eliminate Jews.
Lie.
True. Literally true. What are we even talking about? He literally went into New York Street and said, Khaybar, Khaybar, Ya Yehud, which means behead the Jews, the way Mohammed beheaded the Jews in the town of Khaybar. What are we even talking about? That's literally true.
They found a way to turn a beautiful reminder into fear-mongering propaganda.
He's
the propaganda is exactly what he said out loud.
Father of a convicted ISIS terrorist, Burhan Karachi.
Maybe these lies are
That's true. Like, is this like actual third worldist slop? Where the guy just says something true and you're like, no, actually, that's just a lie. No evidence, just move on.
I was attacked. When the Australian secret police started following me, I admittedly became more paranoid than I've ever been before. Nothing is quite as unsettling as knowing that literally everyone is out to get you.
Not everyone. Bro, they would love you in a fishing village in the Philippines.
Would there be a citywide manhunt if an Israeli was attacked? I hope we both know the answer.
What are we even talking about? Jews are attacked in New York City every single day. Every day. Like, I love that, like, these people are like, oh, yeah, I know crime statistics. I'm so based. Dude, speaking of crime statistics, did you know that 90% of hate crimes in America are against Jews? And I specifically mean religion-based hate crimes. In fact, the second highest amount of hate crimes towards a specific religious group is against Christians before Muslims. What are we even talking about? A Jew gets assaulted in New York City on average daily. Okay? What are we even talking about?
Sitting on that plane home, I found comfort in knowing they can only lie when you have the truth.
Wow. Wow.
Fully understanding just how
wow. What he says is just so fucking stupid.
Temporary this life is. Comfort in my own mortality.
I guess not. You made this whole video, basically, how you're terrified you're gonna die because a hobo punched you in New York. You said the Mossad is coming to kill you. The media is coming to kill you. The New York Post has planned the attack with their articles. You said Nick Fuentes is trying to kill you. Does this really seem like a guy who's super comfortable with his own mortality? Then why didn't they kill you? So why did the Mossad pay a hobo to punch you if killing you is the only thing that'll make a difference? Like,
It's a losing game.
That's the whole video. This was actual like third worldist slop. It's crazy, man. A year of work. Up to 60,000 views are worth it, my guy. This was miserable. Actually miserable. Terrible crash out. All the guys suck. And yeah, congratulations. You burnt another bridge, Sneeko. Just a terrible day for Muslims, I guess. Iranians blown up. We got Hezbollah blown up. We got the rape gangs inquiry getting public. All right, we got Hassan and Jake banned. We got Sneeko. Burnt every bridge he had. Looks like a total fucking midwit douche. Actual unstoppable day if you don't like raping goats. If you like raping goats, you probably had a bad day. See you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Definitely subscribe. Really appreciate all the support. Hope you've been enjoying the daily deep dives covering all the things. I very much appreciate you. I think you guys are incredible. It's just all our ops falling apart every day. It's brilliant. It's actually just awesome. Definitely subscribe. God is good. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.